Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, October 28th, 2024. It is episode 200 of Second and Short.
200.
I have done this 200 times now. 199.1 is how far we are into this one. Very quickly, Colin, what's your favorite memory on Second and Short?
Ooh. Draft special.
Which one?
The one where Mike was in there for the whole time.
So the live stream
Most
this
recent
year.
one.
Okay, Nathan, you've followed along the whole time. You've been a part of a number
You got
of
him
episodes.
mid-chew, bro. He's trying to eat dinner.
Yeah, it's my bad. He's eating his Sour Punch straws for dinner.
Honestly, I think either the live stream we just did was awesome.
Was very fun.
Very fun.
Third and long.
Third and long was great.
Ooh.
I'm also going to say the draft special, though.
Okay.
It was so fun to have everyone
is very
there,
fun.
Mike in the call, watching the draft,
Yeah.
getting everyone's reactions. It went late, but it was fun.
Yeah,
I was fighting demons that night.
I've obviously, I've done this 200 times plus every piece of content we've made I've been a part of except one. I
Actually,
think
my
one of
favorite
our field
segment
days would have been
short
up
content
there.
is either field days, because for us it was one day.
Yeah.
So either field day
Yeah.
with everybody, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Or the dogs video right after Georgia won.
That's
That's
probably my
That
favorite.
video was one
That's
of the
early.
coolest things and most fun things to watch.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, please.
Yeah, it's our trailer on YouTube.
Yeah, please go watch it. It is
Shout out.
amazing.
Shout out Connor.
It's so fun. Great filming out of Connor.
Yeah.
Great interviews with Grayson and Luke with some random drunk Georgia fans. Amazing.
We were fresh in the
Amazing
game.
content.
We were fresh in the game when we did that. That was literally like we started this podcast on November 2nd, 2022.
Oh, wow.
And we went out and did that on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I guess, or whatever. No, the week after, I guess. So January 8th or whatever of 2023. So like
Nice.
we were fresh in the game when we did that, and 10 times like had no idea what we were even trying to attempt with that video. But yeah, that one's definitely, that was probably my favorite one to like do like the whole process, because it was the first time we had done anything that wasn't just the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the first draft special was probably still my favorite, because it was like the first time that we took the podcast and we like really changed everything, because like it wasn't totally separate from the podcast, but it was like a totally different way of approaching it, and it was so much fun. But look, I've done this so many times. I enjoy every single time. There hasn't.
Yeah.
That's the reason I still do this. Look, we're not making money here,
Not yet.
and yeah, not yet. But the reason I'm still doing this is that I genuinely have fun. Right now 3 times a week when I'm making videos,
Yeah.
and then sometimes we get live, whatever we do. Like I'm having fun. So we're going to keep doing it. Here's to the next 100, 200, 500 episodes of Second and Short. Who knows? But we've got a lot going on right now in sports. NFL Week 8. I can't even explain what the hell happened this week. So
Great
many crazy games. Colin's definitely got something to talk about that we'll get into before NFL Week 8. But Dodgers up 2-0 in the World Series. My prediction of Dodgers in 5. Looking very healthy. Sunday night football's on the screen, and Dak Prescott just threw a pick deep downfield. San Fran's up 3-0. But yeah, my prediction of Dodgers in 5, alive and well. College football didn't have like the upsets or these crazy, insane outcomes that we've gotten these past few weeks. I would argue that this week brought just as much as excitement.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there was a lot of great games to watch, and also a lot of movement around the middle of the AP poll that'll be fun to talk about. So we've got a lot of things to cover today. NFL Week 8, World Series, College Football Week 9, AP poll. We're going to talk beer bets. Colin has just been a winner this weekend. Colin won the beer bets, but more importantly, Colin, you hit a $1,000 bet that you weren't even paying attention to.
Not a single second I paid attention
So
to
before
that.
I hand this over, I'll set up the story a little bit. Colin was in Tennessee this weekend. He's coming back on Friday morning, and he sends us a text saying that he put in Prize Picks. And we were like, "Why did you do Prize Picks? You're in Tennessee. You can just use anything else."
I totally forgot.
Yeah, and so he did, and tell the people what happened.
Yeah, so I got home, came over to Grayson's house, didn't even realize that I'd put in a 7-leg parlay on the Pick 6 DraftKings mobile app or whatever.
Yeah. No,
And-
no free ads.
And we're just, talking, having a conversation. I get a notification on my phone. I look and it just says, "Congratulations, you just went 7 for 7. $956 has been deposited into your account."
We were both just like in shock. Like Colin shows me his phone. He goes, "Why did I just get this notification?" And I was like, "Holy shit!"
And the thing is, I don't remember placing it. I think I was sitting in a Taco Bell waiting on my lunch. They were taking forever, so I was like, "Well, let's just make some bets." That's a problem. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a gambling problem.
I got him on speed dial.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
yeah, and I didn't look at it at all today. I was looking at my other ones on the sports book.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
now I'm
You're $1,000 richer.
$1,000
Actually,
richer.
more than that because you got like some kind of like
Oh,
20,
yeah, they,
30% match.
Yeah, I opted in for something. I got to start reading stuff that I press. And yeah, they matched 30% of my winnings and also put that in my
So you got $1,200
$1,200.
on a bet that you weren't paying attention to whatsoever. So yeah, shout out to Colin. A hell of a pick. Hell of a pick. I went
7 of them.
2-1, third week in a row. College football show picks. Make sure you listen to the college football show every Thursday at 3 p.m. Okay, let's get into NFL Week 8. An interesting week to say the least, and it started off in interesting fashion on Thursday. Vikings 20, Rams 30. The Rams offense was great. I haven't seen Matthew Stafford play a game like that in a long time.
He's so happy to have Puka and Cooper
Yeah,
Kupp back.
and let me tell you, those guys were getting off to hot starts at the beginning of this game. You could tell he was making up for lost time. Puka Nacua, 7 receptions, 106, 9 targets for him. He had a hell of a day.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Kyron Williams had 23 carries for 97 yards. Didn't get in the end zone via the rush. He did receive a touchdown in this game. But, yeah, Los Angeles Rams offense was phenomenal, and the Vikings looked great out the gates and just could not get it together for the rest of the game. But the end of this game is kind of the biggest story here.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold backed up into his end zone trying to make a play. I think it was third down, when it happened. Yeah. He gets pulled down in the end zone and tackled, clearly a face mask. Clearly gets like the edge of the face mask, but like where like the face mask ends and it hits like the ear hole. Clearly a face mask as he pulls him down. You've got the 2 refs in the backfield behind the end zone looking right at it. And neither of them throw a flag. And we ran into this non-reviewable call in the past. Most notably, the one I can think of was, 2 seasons ago. So not last year, but the year before. Dallas Goedert against the Commanders.
Yes.
Got tackled straight down by his face mask and fumbled. And the Eagles ended up losing the game, I think.
Yeah.
That was the one that I kind of remembered being like, oh, this is a non-replayable call. And I was just like in shock that they didn't call it. It was crazy. And then they get a safety and that ices the game for the Rams.
Yeah, because even Byron Young knew he tackled him down by the face mask and was so disappointed. And I think everyone was just surprised it didn't get called because at that high level, it needs to be called.
Definitely.
Your one job is to protect the quarterback.
You had 2 people with eyes on him. And it was so obvious. And then, like you said, Byron Young literally, he gets done with it. He knows he face masks. He's got, hands on head, oh, dude, I just fucked up. And they didn't call it. It's insane. It is insane. Yeah, Byron Young after the game tweeted, "It was so loud in there, I had to cover up my ears,
That's crazy.
It's funny. Yeah, just a crazy way for that game to end. But obviously, you guys have had plenty of time to see the result of that one. So let's bring it to Sunday. Today, as we're recording, no London game for the first time in a few weeks. We do have a Germany game coming up, which is going to be horrible.
Not looking forward to
I think it's Giants-Panthers. So I'm not looking forward to that one. But we had a great slate in the NFL this week. And the Eagles, underdogs in this game somehow, win 37-17 over the Bengals. Bengals offense was just okay, but the defense is still so hurt.
Yeah.
And they were already bad in the first place. They couldn't run the ball on the offensive side. Chase Brown did run in a touchdown, but otherwise didn't have a good game.
Not a lot of teams can run against that Eagles D line.
No, that Eagles D line just eats up running backs, and I think Burrow. Why'd you look at that? Burrow had a fine day as well. He threw a pick, but it wasn't bad necessarily. He just wasn't making a lot of plays downfield. And then on the Eagles side, Jalen Hurts could do no wrong in this game. 16 for 20, 236, and a touchdown. No picks, no sacks. He also ran for 37 yards and 3 fucking rushing touchdowns. Just unbelievable.
2 of them,
4 touchdowns.
2 of them were 1 yards.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns total for Jalen Hurts, but 3 of them on the ground. Like you said, 2 of them 1-yard rushes that arguably could have been given to Saquon every other time.
Or the 7-yard one that could have been given to Saquon.
Yeah, or the 7-yard one that could have given to
Saquon could have had a great day today.
Well, he did have a great day. 22
better day today.
22 carries, 108 is not bad. We'll go ahead and say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the receiving game on the Eagles side,
Devontae Smith.
Oh yeah, Will Shipley does suck. He had -3 yards. But yeah, Devontae Smith takeover game. 6 receptions, 85 yards, 1 touchdown, had 7 targets. A.J. Brown had a great day as well. 6 targets, 5 receptions, 84 yards. On the Bengals side, Gesicki led the way, receiving yards, 7 receptions on 73 yards. Jamar Chase had a decent day. He got a lot of receptions, but they couldn't find him downfield whatsoever.
JB.
Yeah. Jamar had 9 receptions, 54 and a touchdown. Jermaine Burton had a 41-yard reception. But yeah, the Bengals just couldn't really break free on offense. They got a touchdown the first, they got a touchdown in the third, but it just seemed like it wasn't a complete offensive performance. And also no T. Higgins as well, which certainly threw a wrench. Yeah, he was inactive. That one got deemed I think an hour before the game started. So that was kind of a tough situation. But yeah, Eagles just looked phenomenal offensively, and the defense was just kind of playing well enough to contain the Bengals, whereas the Bengals defense was just abysmal. So the Bengals fall to 0-4 at home.
I think it's safe to say that the Eagles with Saquon Barkley is an insane team.
It is. Just the defense still is concerning.
Yeah.
At times, at least.
Really,
sometimes
mainly just the secondary.
Yeah, the secondary can just be so weird, and they keep overhauling the secondary, and nothing really happens. Yeah, Cincinnati didn't punt.
Oh, thank goodness, because I almost picked up Ryan Raquel for this week.
Oh. Yeah, 1 punt.
But the thing I was about to say, I totally forgot what I was about to say.
You were talking about...
Yeah, no, their secondary, they're either too old or too young. They don't have anybody that's just been there for a couple seasons, and they can just flat out play. They're either rookies or second years, or they're
veterans.
Grandpas.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good point.
I'm talking to you.
Our next game, another upset. Definitely a huge upset. Ravens 24, Browns 29, with J-Boo at quarterback. Jameis Winston, 27 for 41, 334, 3 touchdowns, and the best stat of the day, 0 interceptions for Jameis Winston.
0 picks.
What a day for Jameis. Gets the starting job and just immediately looks amazing.
He makes those wide receivers, they're so happy Deshaun Watson's gone.
Oh, yeah.
All of them thrived.
Yeah. Cedric Tillman, 7 receptions, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns. David Njoku had himself a touchdown on 5 receptions for 61 yards. Elijah Moore had 8 receptions for 85 yards. Jerry Jeudy even had a good game, 5 receptions, 79 yards. All these guys we've been waiting on, waiting for them to all do something, or waiting for, 2 of these guys to have one good game. All 4 of them have a good game in this one, and it's because Jameis Winston was a quarterback. Nick Chubb wasn't even really a huge factor. He didn't have a necessarily bad game, but only 50-something yards.
But with Jameis Winston at quarterback, it's going to help him get a lot more opportunities because they're not just going to be loading the box.
Exactly.
With Deshaun Watson, they would load the box. They know he couldn't throw more than 5 yards.
Yeah. And on the Ravens side, they just weren't good enough. And I think it really just comes down to the defense wasn't good enough. It's stopping the Browns from getting into field goal territory. They only scored 3. They scored 3 touchdowns, but the field goals were just what killed them over and over again here in this game, especially the early field goals that kind of kept Cleveland in this game. In the first half, Dustin Hopkins kicking 3 field goals in this game. Justin Tucker missed a field goal as well in this game. The Ravens just kind of weren't good enough on defense, and the offense was fine.
It was happy to see them actually use Zay Flowers because for a while he had 1 reception for -1 yards.
Yeah, he ended up.
Are we going to see another one of these?
He ended up putting it in gear. 7 receptions, 115 yards. He did have 12 targets though.
Nathan, what was it like? Was it up until the third quarter that he had that, or when did he start getting all those receptions?
I think it was the first half that he had like one reception. For
because I saw that. I was like, is he about to go back-to-back weeks with?
I was like, no way. And then out of nowhere, it was like 5 receptions, 96.
Yeah. Thank goodness I did not start Rashad Bateman. I was literally on the edge.
Yeah.
Did you see his drop downfield?
No.
Hit him in the chest.
Ooh.
While standing in the
That's
in the
not
open.
good. That's Nelson Aguilar's
touchdown?
No, but it would have been like a 40, 50-yard gain
Damn.
on the play. I think they were backed up in within like their own 10, and Lamar chucked it to him, and he literally just doinked it off his chest pad, and it hit the ground, and instantly he gets up and just like points up at like, that's my bad.
Yeah. Mark Andrews getting a touchdown.
Is Mark Andrews back?
Yeah, I think he's back. So he's not getting crazy receiving yards, but looking pretty good. Holy shit, David Njoku. That touchdown catch was unreal.
Didn't know if you guys had seen that.
I have not seen that catch. Oh, my God. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch much of the 1 o'clock games. I was kind of focused on the second half of the Falcons game. Damn.
I tried to trade for him. I wanted him
That
so
was
bad.
a hell of a catch by David Njoku. Okay.
Good stuff.
We'll move on, though, to the next game. Bad upset for the Ravens. And this one, just a bad day for the Titans. Titans 14, Detroit Lions 52.
It got so bad to where David Montgomery threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah. David Montgomery had a better day passing than Hendon Hooker. Like, what the hell? And Jared Goff did nothing. He did nothing except throw touchdowns. 12 for 15, 85 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked 4 times for 33 yards as well. And he really didn't have a good game, I guess.
You can thank Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs was in takeover mode. 11 carries, 127, and a touchdown.
And Khalif Raymond.
Khalif Raymond also had a fantastic day in the receiving game.
Receiving game and special teams.
And on Tennessee's side, I'll give them this. They put up 14 in the first half.
Yeah, you know why? Scroll down to their receiving.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley.
Calvin
Ridley with a hell of a first half. He
15 targets.
He ends the game with 15 targets, 10 receptions, 143.
What the
No touchdowns. The touchdown goes to Nick Westbrook-Akeen. Titans also couldn't run the ball. Detroit is doing everything they possibly can to avenge Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
But they have not put up less than 30 points since Aiden Hutchinson went down.
They are winning the Super Bowl.
I think that was my Super Bowl winner.
Lions versus Chiefs.
I had Lions-Texans, which does not look good right now, but the Lions do look good, and I had the Lions winning it. Okay. Yeah, that was a hell of a game. I don't know how much else there really is to
talk
talk
about.
about.
A stat real quick that
please.
I saw on Twitter today.
X.
Yes, sorry, on X.com.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yes. The Lions have more offensive touchdowns in the past 5 games than Jared Goff has incompletions in those same games.
Holy shit.
They have 24 offensive touchdowns, and Goff has 18 incompletions.
Yeah. This was the kind of performance where you realize how different QBR and passer rating are as stats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jared Goff had a QBR of 15.4 and a passer rating of 129.9.
Yeah, but dude, this whole team is just clicking.
Yeah, and everybody.
Every week on TikTok, I see Dan Campbell in the locker room presenting the game balls and everything like that. Bro, this team plays together. They play with emotion and heart.
They look good, man.
This is like the scariest team in the NFL to me right now.
Yeah, and like you just have guys just kind of picking up the slack. And I think, Alex Anzalone's been a really good part of that defense since Hutchinson went down. He was the only guy that got a sack on this team. Jack Campbell has continued to look like one of the best draft picks that Dan Campbell will ever make. As that draft class in general, that 2023 draft class has been unreal because Brian Branch is also a dog. Obviously, Sam Laporta getting in the score sheet this week as well. Like, this team was unreal. You had 4 guys catch receiving touchdowns in this game. One of them was pass to from David Montgomery. And it was all short yardage. Like, they were in such good field position so many times. And also, Jahmyr Gibbs opened the door a number of times that,
70-yard touchdown.
They didn't even have to do anything.
Slight.
Like, this is the kind of game where it was so bad that I discovered that Allen Robinson's on the Lions. What the hell?
It's It's also so easy. They didn't even have to use Tim Patrick this week.
Yeah, exactly. He got one target. Shout out Timmy.
Yeah, and Brock Wright's catching touchdowns.
Yeah, backup tight end Brock Wright catching touchdowns. Yeah, Detroit Lions, unreal. Right now, I would say they look like the best team in the NFL.
What's the rest of their schedule look like?
Yep, we're doing it. Yeah. We're talking schedules. Okay, so they've already had their bye week. That is already gone. They're at Green Bay, at Houston the next 2 weeks. Green Bay is going to be tricky. Depends on Jordan Love's status.
I think even with Jordan Love, they take it.
Probably, but I do think that's a huge factor. Houston, we're gonna have to see what the outcome of Stephon Diggs, but
also prime time.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football. We're gonna be talking about that one live.
But it doesn't matter if Stephon Diggs is healthy or not,
unless Nico's back as well.
If the Texans O-line can't get their shit together.
That is true. When did Nico go into IR? Was it after the Minnesota game, or was it after the Week 6 game?
I think it was during.
He's been out 2 or 3 games now.
Because he could be back potentially for Houston, I'm thinking.
He's been on the IR 3 weeks now.
Okay, so
3 or 4.
Yeah, so he'll only need one. So if he sits out, he'll have to sit out Green Bay.
They kind of have
and then
an
he could
easy
come
path.
back. Yeah, no.
The way.
I think, you still have 2 games against Green Bay and 2 games against Chicago. You haven't seen Chicago yet. It's a great defense. They did just lose to the Commanders. We'll definitely be talking about the outcome of that game. But Chicago's defense will not be fucked with late in this season. They've also got Buffalo on the schedule. Nico Collins, I'm not trusting that. That's always just going to say a close one. So
Week 6 against New England is when he went on.
Okay, so so if he misses the Jets game, then he could be back for Detroit.
Yeah.
That's pretty perfect. But yeah, for Detroit's side, I'm really not that worried about Week 17 at San Fran for them right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, San Fran's playing right now. We don't know how they're going to turn around by Week 17, but I would say, Jacksonville, Indy, at least one of Chicago and at least one of Green Bay is probably a win. So that's already 4 more wins for them. Then let's say they win against Houston. That's 5. And then
Jacksonville.
I would say take your pick of the 3: Buffalo, San Fran, or Minnesota. They at least win one of those 3.
Yeah, I think it's San Fran.
Yeah, and maybe Buffalo, because you're bringing Buffalo home.
Yeah,
and Minnesota as well at the end of the year. And they already beat Minnesota. The Lions could win out. We'll go ahead and say that just in case it does happen. I don't think it will, but the Lions could win out. Okay, let's move on from the meat riding of the Lions. I'm sure this will happen a number of times for the rest of the year. And let's talk about the Cardinals beating Tua and the Jets, 28-27. Guardian capless Tua.
Tua and the what?
The Jets is what I said. I meant the Dolphins. I don't know where I read Jet. Oh, I guess the Jets are the next team on the list. But yeah, Tua and the Dolphins. Maybe I was thinking of Benny and the Jets. I don't know.
Call of Duty is out.
And Kyler won a game.
And they won a game. This is insane.
Yeah, it's OP.
And he didn't look bad.
Exactly. Kyler looked really good. Somebody check and see what level he is.
People already checked. Has not played.
That's what it is.
Has not played yet.
That's what it is.
I have a feeling
he's playing right now.
Said, after this week, you can play a couple hours.
He probably said,
have they gone on bye yet?
Oh, I don't think so.
Check and see if the Cardinals have gone on their bye yet.
I don't think they have.
I'll tell you what, he's going to be prestiged at the end of that bye week. Dude, week 11. Week 11, if you are in a God lobby, watch out. There's going to be a short man gunning you down in a video game.
Good clarification.
Yeah, and that's for real. It will be
the thing is, Tua didn't look that bad either.
No, Tua did not look that bad.
I don't like him scrambling, though.
Yeah, I don't like him scrambling. Don't like him playing without a guardian cap. Devin A-Chain doesn't give a shit. 10 carries, 97 yards. Raheem Mostert at one point had 1 carry, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. But he ended the game 9 carries, 19 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
James Conner, not a very good day, but he still got a touchdown, 20 carries, 53 yards. The guardian cap of Tua wearing a Guardians hat is very funny. Kyler had a great day. 26 for 36, 307, 2 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks is huge for him. And the Cardinals got a win, which I was kind of surprised by. Trey McBride, hell of a day. Why is my chair creaking so much? Trey McBride, 9 receptions, 124. Marvin Harrison Jr. also had a hell of a day. 6 receptions, 111, and a touchdown. Michael Wilson got himself a touchdown. On the Dolphins side, not exactly the explosive performance we were looking for out of Tyreek Hill necessarily. 6 receptions, 72 yards. He had a long of 30. Devin Achane had a good day in the receiving game as well. 6 receptions, 50 yards, and a touchdown. He was unreal.
Yeah, it's funny because Tyreek, tweeted, it was like, y'all better start me.
Well, you didn't put up that much.
For what?
12
you
points.
Didn't even get in the end zone, buddy.
PPR 13.2 points. It's ass. Tua did fumble the ball 3 times. He didn't lose any of them, but he fumbled the ball 3 times. So just to put that out there, Budda Baker, hell of a day as well on defense. All right. Let's move on to the Jets, the aforementioned Jets.
Before we move on, Arizona's leading that division.
Yeah, it's they're 4-4, and Arizona leads the NFC West. Okay, Jets 22, Patriots 25. Yet another upset. Aaron Rodgers is fine. This defense sucks.
Aaron Rodgers just doesn't look comfortable right now.
No, he doesn't. And I think they've just, I don't know what it is about this team that just can't figure it out. I wonder if maybe there's a dog shit offensive coordinator that is being dragged along by Aaron Rodgers. Could that be the case?
Also, it's weird. I think it's kind of dumb they went out and got Devontae Adams.
I don't think it was dumb. It doesn't matter.
It was you have Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you go out and get all the best offensive players in the league if you have an offensive coordinator that has never been successful on his own.
Yeah.
And now he is solely the guy because, first of all, your defensive head coach got fired, and now the defensive coordinator got promoted to head coach. So it is still all Nathaniel Hackett's calls. Yeah. Well, he's not play calling anymore. It's somebody else. I think it's the QB's coach calling plays now. But still, your offensive coordinator is garbage. That's, I think, part of the problem. Yeah. And on the Patriots side, they're just kind of like rallying around whoever it is. Like every day there's a different guy. And like nobody necessarily had crazy good performances. Jacoby Brissett was the starter, I think. Drake started.
He left the game with an injury.
Jacoby stepped in. Didn't necessarily have a good day. But Ramondre Stevenson had 2 rushing touchdowns. Drake May had run in a touchdown before he left the game. Ramondre, incredibly inefficient. 20 carries, 48 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Drake May, 3 carries, 46 yards, and a touchdown. On the New York side, Breece Hall ran the ball really well, 16 carries, 80 yards. Didn't get a touchdown, but Braylon Allen got the rushing touchdown for them. But the Patriots pull out a 3-point victory, and it was back and forth there at the end. This game, it went into half. This one was, it was 13-7 at the half. And then New York comes out, makes it 16-7, I believe. And then we go into the fourth quarter, 16-14. And the Patriots just kind of found a way to win, which is something that somehow they found a way to do. I really don't get it. Like, how are the Jets 2-6 right now?
Because
they shouldn't be. They simply shouldn't be. And it's starting to look like it was a little more than just Robert Saleh.
Mm-hmm. Robert Saleh's probably happy to be out of there.
Oh, yeah. I would be.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting, I'm sure he's getting paid a nice check for getting fired. And I think he'll be okay with it. All right, let's move on from this game. Patriots, good win, but shit win at the same time. Falcons 31, Buccaneers 26. Now, not happy with the defense in this game, once again. Also, Justin Simmons was out, which does affect us. But the Falcons offense, thank you. Thank you for finally doing exactly what you should have been doing last week against the Seahawks. This is exactly what should have happened. Kirk was 23 for 29, 276 with 4 touchdowns, no picks. He only got sacked twice. Incredible day for Kirk Cousins. Didn't really care to run the ball. Like, we didn't really focus on, the running game has to be doing well to set up the passing game. Bijan had a fine day. Algier, not so much. We still ran for 129 as a team on only 29 carries. That's a pretty good day. 4.4 yards per carry from the entire offense. I will take that any day of the week. But what really helped us out, obviously, Tampa is limited at wide receiver, and they were trying to run the ball a lot early in the game, and it was working early in the game, but they went down. That's what when they came out in the second half, they were down, and then Atlanta goes up even more, making it 31-19 at one point. 31-17 at one point. Tampa gets that safety early in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden, okay, maybe this is a ball game. Then they score a touchdown, and it's like, okay, we really got to figure this out if you're the Falcons. And it ends up coming down to Tampa Bay moving up the field and Baker Mayfield throwing a Hail Mary that got batted out of the back of the end zone for the Falcons to win this game. Came down way too close. The defense should have been so much better in the fourth quarter, and they just weren't. But they lucked out and they escaped with a win. Shout out to Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, first drive, I think he had like a 30-something yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And then ended up, what was it? What was that, the touchdown? I think he was a 34-yard touchdown the first time. Oh, and then, the other one was a 49-yard touchdown. But he had 4 receptions, 91 yards. Darnell Mooney had 5 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. And I think his was the 30-yard touchdown, I think. Bijan also had a receiving touchdown.
I want to shout out Baker.
Baker
even
did
with
play well.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out, he found a way to compete.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that was just that he wasn't having to give the ball to Bucky Irving or Rachaad White at all in this game.
Cade Otton got fed.
National Tight Ends Day. Pretty successful for the tight ends, I would say. Cade Otton, 9 receptions, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. We've already talked about a number of other tight end touchdowns this week. Rachaad White had a receiving touchdown as well.
Yeah, he did.
I was kind of surprised Jalen McMillan got absolutely shut down.
Yeah, AJ Terrell.
Yeah, AJ Terrell looked good. And who would have guessed? Maybe somebody said that on this podcast on Friday. Me. I said that.
Yeah,
in case anybody was wondering.
This is the first time that they go against the Bucs where he doesn't have to cover Mike Evans.
Exactly. You know how lucky he is?
This was recess for him.
Yeah, dude. AJ Terrell, I saw that man like jumping while tackling people. Like he was trying to tackle people, and I saw him leaving the ground. He was so excited to be like a good corner for a day.
He wanted to get ejected.
I would love for him to get ejected. Falcons got a win, a much-needed win that makes us first place.
That's a sweep over the Bucs too.
Yeah, swept the Bucs for the season. Don't have to deal with them again.
Should sweep the Saints and the Panthers.
Maybe. We are 3-0 on the road, which I feel good about.
So shit.
Just the Saints might get some guys back.
We'll talk about the Saints later.
We will talk about the Saints later because they need some guys back. Let me tell you. Next game: Packers 30, Jags 27. Ooh. Damn, this one came down to it. This one was literally lockstep just about the whole game. Green Bay was up by 3 points at the half, but it was 0-0 going into the second quarter, 13-10 going into halftime. And then each of them scored a touchdown in the third, and each of them scored 10 points in the fourth,
and
the Packers win. Yeah, they just kept matching each other. It was just unfortunate that the Jags didn't have the ball last. That's really what it came down to. Jordan Love exited this game around, I think, halftime with an injury after already throwing a pick. And then Malik Willis came in, went 4 for 5, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs carried this offense after Jordan Love left the game. 25 carries, 127, and 2 touchdowns. Tank Bigsby had a pretty good day, just not what we've been seeing from him. 18 carries, 78 yards is great. No touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence did run in a touchdown. But yeah, the Packers scrape up another win, even with the Jordan Love injury. And they just need to keep winning at all costs, really. They're 6-2. It's just their 2 losses have been really odd.
the Eagles and
it was that Eagles loss week 1, and then it was the Vikings loss where it was super close. Like they almost came back and won, they just didn't. Brian Thomas Jr. getting a touchdown, Evan Ingram getting a touchdown for the Jags, and then Tucker Kraft, the sole receiving touchdown for the Packers.
Nathan, which one did you start this week? Tucker Kraft or Evan Ingram?
Started Evan Ingram.
No.
Tucker Kraft did better.
Yes, Tucker Kraft did have
more. 4 weeks in a row picking the wrong tight end.
Maybe next week start them both?
Maybe.
I'm debating it, especially if I get Saquon Barkley off some dumbass that's willing to trade him.
That was a stray.
Yeah, that was kind of mean.
That was.
You want to say Flowers?
But also, if some dumbass wants to trade me Saquon, I wouldn't be opposed.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep saying that there may or may not be a mini bike that never shows up to the house.
That never should. Then there wouldn't be a mini bike.
No mini bike showing up to the house.
Do you want a mini bike?
Of course.
Can I have $100?
Yeah, man, I get you.
Hell yeah, bro. All right.
We'll do this off camera.
What? Wait. Am I gonna have to earn this? Colts 20, Texans 23.
Yes.
CJ Stroud and the hurt Texans limp out of this game with a victory. The Colts the Texans got so lucky that Anthony Richardson had 81 passing yards in the first half. He was like, what? He was like 2 for 15 going into the half with 81 passing yards.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Makes no sense. No sense at all.
I don't know if our producer is gonna.
Yeah, I don't know if our producer is gonna show us the stats for that game, but Anthony Richardson had a weird game, to say the least. And CJ Stroud still has no offensive line whatsoever.
Now doesn't have a wide receiver.
Much better day than last week.
Yeah,
I'll give him that. He had 285 and a touchdown. 285 and a touchdown for CJ. Anthony Richardson finished the game 10 for 32, 175, a touchdown, a pick, 5 sacks. Is Anthony Richardson bad?
No.
Okay, Nathan. I know you had him as your fantasy quarterback.
I did. I drafted him. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I think he's what people thought Lamar was going to be when Lamar got into the league. People were like, yeah, he's going to be a runner who sometimes throws the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's probably not going to do well. Well, Lamar said, yeah, fuck you all.
That's true.
Anthony Richardson said, me.
Yeah, no, he definitely took the opportunity to be shit and runs with it. Literally. 6 carries, 45 yards.
He's the Goodwill version of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, no, he is Goodwill Lamar. Because like there's other Walmart Lamars out there, but he's Goodwill.
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor, 20 carries, 105 and a touchdown. Joe Mixon having his average day, 25 carries, 102 and a touchdown. Texans receiving wise, got to talk about the fact that Stephon Diggs had a concerning knee injury, as it appears.
The non-contact injuries are always the scariest.
Yeah, and that's why I'm afraid that it could still be an ACL. What?
I don't know if I agree that they're the scariest.
They're typically more severe.
Yeah, they're typically.
They don't look as scary. Well, I beg to differ because when non-contact Achilles injury is a scary rewatch.
Yeah, because you see it.
Yeah, when you see their fucking like whole calf like jump.
But also when you see somebody get absolutely lit up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Destroyed. Like
at least there's some entertaining
Chris Godwin's
part of it. Well, yeah, that wasn't entertaining.
Where he gets wrapped up and his ankle is facing the wrong direction.
But that's unfortunate. I think it's more scary when like a guy's just doing something and it just pops.
Or when you're jumping on the sideline and then you collapse because your legs pop.
That is true. Prayers up for Drake Greenlaw.
That was actually
yeah, Tank Dell got a touchdown. He's healthy.
He's about to get fed.
Yeah,
with Stephon.
Him and John Mechie are about to be working overtime.
I think Xavier Hutchinson's going to get the ball more than John Mechie.
He might.
Robert Woods is about to come back to life.
So we talked about the fact that Anthony Richardson sucks at throwing the ball. Not to Josh Downs. Well, kind of. 9 targets, 4 receptions for Josh Downs. Except it warranted 109 yards and a touchdown. He had along a 69. Nice. Let's scroll down real quick. Who all sacked? Everybody else that got a reception only had 1.
I know Will Anderson had at least 1.
Let's see. Yep. Will Anderson, hell of a day. He had the sack. 7 total tackles, 5
He's
solo.
So good.
Yeah, he is great. Tim Settle Jr. with a sack. Daniil Hunter, 2 sacks. His only 2 tackles. He had 3 QB hits.
Jake Hansen.
Yeah, good day of work for the Texans' defensive line. The offensive line still sucks, except for run blocking. They seem to be doing a good job of that for Joe Mixon.
Dude, nothing frustrated me more than watching C.J. Stroud just throw checkdowns to Joe Mixon because I was going up against him this week.
Yeah. That is brutal.
And I'm just like...
How about what a punting performance for Tommy Townsend. 6 punts, 5 in 20.
It's a good day.
Unreal.
Day.
Unreal day for Tommy Townsend for the Texans. All right, let's talk about the weirdest game of the week, I would say. At least score-wise. Saints 8. Chargers 26. At one point, this game was 3-2.
It went into halftime 9-5.
Yeah, it went into halftime 9-5. At one point, we had 16-5, I believe. This was just an odd game. Yeah, the Saints were up 2-0 after the end of the first quarter. And what?
For anyone
What do
wondering,
you got?
not a scoregami.
I didn't think it would be 20. Well, because 8 is attainable.
Yeah, but I thought 8 was going to be, and 26 also not a normal
I think
score.
Maybe if it were 26-5, might have been a scoregami.
Probably. It's only happened 2 times before.
Or 3-2.
3-2 was crazy.
I don't think 3-2 would have been scoregami. I think that's
happened?
probably happened back in the day.
The last time that a score finished 8-26 was October 29th.
Oh wow.
Almost to the day.
Yeah.
1978.
Oh shit.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. It's been a minute since Spencer Rattler's played a good game of football. 12 for 24, 156. He got benched, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he was hurt at all. Jake Hayner came in, 9 for 17, 122, so he just had the same game as Spencer Rattler. Justin Herbert looked pretty damn good, 20 for 32. Yeah, Taysom Hill got the safety, which is weird. Wait.
What?
Why did he get the safety? I didn't get a chance to watch this game. Why did it say that Taysom Hill got the safety?
Play the video, brother.
Yeah, let's see that, please.
He brought the boom.
Shout out AJ and Big Justice. Nathan's doing the dance behind the camera. While we're sitting here waiting on this, J.K. Dobbins had another rushing touchdown, as he does. Not a great running game in general, but a rushing touchdown. I think this is the Ladd McConkey catch, which was unreal for that 60-yard touchdown that he scored. Okay. Taysom Hill. And another ad, of course. Let's talk about the receiving game while we wait on this ad. Yeah. Ladd McConkey, 6 receptions, 111, 2 touchdowns. Best game of his career to this point. Chris Olave, good game. 8 receptions, 107, except he was thrown to 14 times. Alvin Kamara had 11 targets in this game. Bad snap on the long snap. That's why Taysom was in the game. And then I think, it got pushed out in the end zone. So I guess Taysom Hill didn't really get it.
J.K. Scott couldn't do much about that.
Yeah, it was a horrible snap.
If he caught that, go.
Yeah, that would have been sick if he caught it and actually made something happen. But bit unfortunate to make that a 2-0 game, but ends up working in their favor.
Before they changed it, they gave him the fumble. They gave J.K. Scott the fumble.
That's crazy.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then he got his points back, and I was like,
Good. Alvin Kamara had 11 targets, 6 receptions, 55 yards. That's crazy.
There's no reason a running back should have 11 targets.
Meanwhile, Josh Palmer, 4 targets, 2 receptions, 72 yards. He had a long of 45. Pretty good day for him. Chargers start rolling. Luckily, it was against the Saints. All right, next game. Bills 31, Seahawks 10. We get into the big 4 o'clock slate that we had. Pretty happy with this performance for the Bills. It got to the point where the Seahawks were getting booed by their own fans because it was just mistake after mistake after mistake in the third quarter. It was brutal. They could not run the ball to save their lives. They also, you're down 14-3 at half. You kind of just have to throw the ball the whole time. And then it didn't help that they gave up another 10 points in the third.
Yeah, I know Kenneth Walker didn't even play, I think the second half of the third quarter and the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just had to be throwing the ball at all times. Josh Allen, hell of a game, 24 for 34, 283, 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick, but he got sacked 1 time. Pretty good day for him. James Cook, though. Oh, my God, James Cook. 17 carries, 111, 2 touchdowns for him in the running game.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, James Cook. Let's see the receiving game.
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman, dude, showing up early with a touchdown. He had 5 receptions, 70 yards. Khalil Shakir, 9 receptions, 107. Just doing his job. Just a pretty solid day. You had a touchdown for Dalton Kincaid. I love that they can get Kincaid and Knox involved in the game.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the shit out of that.
Great day for Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper did nothing. 2 targets, 1 reception, 3 yards. But I think it's kind of why Shakir and Coleman were able to get free. Like, Amari Cooper, you can't be selfish here because everybody's got to eat, man. Everybody's got to eat.
It's not Cleveland. You're not the top dog.
No. There's not a lot of – well, there's a lot of dogs in Cleveland. They are the dog pound, but there's not a lot of dogs in that lineup. Jackson Smith and Jigba had a good day, and that's really about it. There was no DK Metcalf in this game.
AJ Barner went nuts.
Tyler Lockett got shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you see a game for Tyler Lockett where first he only gets 3 targets, and second of all, he only caught 1 for 9 yards.
Did you start him, Nathan?
Good work.
Nice.
Good work.
Nathan knew. Nathan has a script.
Yeah. I guess. I did not.
I do
Well, it
want to
didn't
point
matter.
something out you guys didn't mention that Kenneth Walker had a longest reception, longer than his total rushing yards.
Yeah.
Yep. 12 rushing yards, 17-yard reception.
That's not good.
No, not good if you're a running back, I would say. Bills rolling right now.
What?
Did you start Kenneth Walker?
Yeah, of course. Kenneth Walker's not a guy you can sit right now.
That's true. What about after this one?
See if he plays.
That's fair.
He was questionable until game time.
True. That is true. Got to keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to the next game, the Bo Nix game. It's what people are calling it, at least me. Carolina 14, Denver 28. Bo Nix, unreal. 28 for 37, 284, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked twice, but it's going to happen. Bryce Young getting the start with Andy Dalton out precautionarily due to a car accident that he got in early in the year.
Not the worst we've seen from Bryce
Young.
Not the
worst we've seen from Bryce Young. This is a good defense. This is a defense that's been playing really well. Yeah, he threw 2 picks, but not bad day to throw 2 touchdowns for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
One of them was garbage time in the fourth quarter, and they had no chance. But that second quarter by Denver was unreal. Can you pull up the scoring summary real quick so we can see that second quarter? Because they scored those 3 touchdowns, and it was just one after the other. You had Nate Adkins' 3-yard pass that he caught from Bo Nix, and then an Adam Troutman 19-yard pass from Bo Nix.
That was an insane catch.
Yeah, and then Bo Nix ran one in himself in that second quarter, scoring those 21 unanswered. Like, they looked so bad in the first quarter. They could not get anything going, and Carolina scored an early touchdown pass to Xavier Legette, which I'm just the biggest idiot in the world for dropping him.
Oh, you dropped him?
Yeah. I thought, I don't need him on the roster anymore with D-Hop and Dubs and Metcalf rotating right now.
Oh, I forgot you had. Did you start D-Hop this week?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Good idea.
I don't know how he did this week.
He didn't really do anything. But yeah, Broncos won 28-14. Not much else to say about this performance, but shout out to Bo Nix. He had another great game. I'm starting to believe in the Broncos. I talked about it on Friday. This is about the same time last year that they turned things up and won some big games, so maybe we see some performances out of this team. Yeah, Cortland Sutton had a hell of a day. They were spreading the ball out to literally everybody. It was unreal. How many people is that? You got 9, 10, 11, 12.
You would like to see Troy Franklin 11. Get a little bit more love.
Yeah, but, look, Bo Nix can't just...
Who the hell's Michael Burton?
That is a good question. Who is Michael Burton? Why is he number 20? He's the fullback. Shout out Rutgers. Bro's been in the league since 2015. Damn. He must suck. I've never heard of that guy. Shout out Adam Troutman. 4 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know if he's ever done that before. Yeah, shout out the Broncos. Good win there. Let's keep it in the AFC West. 2 of their AFC West opponents. The Chiefs, 27, Raiders, 20. Way too close. Way too close.
Raiders had a chance.
For Pat Mahomes and the Misfits. Yeah, and Travis Kelce.
You mean Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
Yeah, Travis Kelce, a.k.a. Taylor Swift's boyfriend, a.k.a.
Travis Kelce Swift.
Yes. Hyphenated. Patrick Mahomes, 27 for 38, 262, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Not a bad day, not a good day. That pick was odd. I'll give him that. The pick was weird. I think it got batted up in the air. That's not even updated. He had 8 picks as of Friday. Yeah, now he was 9. So yeah, that one, the interception was kind of brutal. It almost got returned for a touchdown though.
Right, you want to talk about not being able to run the ball? Alexander Madison.
dude. And like he got stopped 3 plays. So that interception that happened, they ended up kicking a field goal because they got it to like the 2-yard line, and Alexander Madison got stuffed 3 times in a row.
So bad.
It was unbelievable. He's so bad at running the ball. It's crazy. It's
at that point, line Brock Bowers up in the backfield.
Heavy package, Brock Bowers. We got to be careful giving the ball to guys that aren't running backs.
Why did not try to like sneak it twice? Gardner Minshew's a pretty big dude.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Well, it didn't help. Gardner Minshew fumbled, had a bad fumble late in this game as well. Yeah, Travis Kelce turned it up, though. I think just the presence of D-Hop was a huge factor in Travis Kelce having a good game. 10 receptions, 90 yards, and his first touchdown of the season for Travis Kelce. Xavier Worthy had a touchdown as well. Nathan is pointing out the name John Samuel Schenker for the Raiders.
Auburn.
First-year player out of Auburn, undrafted free agent, 26 years old in his first season in the NFL. Shout out John Samuel.
I think D-Hop had to leave for Ridley to thrive.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Not enough cooks in the kitchen for the Chiefs. Well, a lot of them. They're not good. I think that's what we're going for. Justin Watson's not good.
Jody Fortson?
Jody Fortson. Not good at football.
Who the fuck is that? Valdosta?
Ain't no way he went to Valdosta. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the league, my boy. I'm sorry, dude. You were not supposed to be here. Congratulations, but damn,
fraud.
Bro. Nobody thought you were making it out. Yeah, Chiefs get a win. Kind of
another close one.
Yeah, another close one.
But they
doesn't need to be
7-0.
that way. Yeah, 7-0 is unreal for how bad they've played in some of these games. This is the worst year Patrick Mahomes had in his entire career.
Yep.
They're winning. They sure are winning. All right. Last game of the 4 o'clock slate. Bears 15, Commanders 18.
What a game.
What a game. This game kind of sucked.
Unless you're Jaden Daniels.
Until the fourth quarter. Jaden Daniels kind of just only did great things late in this game. Like they had, it was 9-0 at half. And then I believe it was 12-7 at the end of the third.
Good day for Austin.
Definitely a good day for Austin, not Eckler. Is it Seibert or Seifert?
Seibert.
Yeah, Austin Seibert. Definitely a good day for him.
Besides the blocked field goal.
Yeah, the blocked field goal is tough. He went 4 for 5.
It was a 54-yarder, too. That would have been nice.
It would have been his long of the day. Tress Way actually had to punt this week and did a pretty good job. So did Torrey Taylor for the Bears. Yeah, insane day for Torrey Taylor for the Bears. Good-ass draft pick. Caleb Williams sucks.
Yeah, not great.
He really does. Like, the amount of times I saw him on a slant route just throw 5 yards behind his wide receiver, unreal. Like, he should have thrown picks in this game and didn't.
Yeah.
He was 10 for 24, 131. No touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked twice. Jaden Daniels, 21 for 38, 326 and a touchdown. Didn't really run the ball as much as we've seen him do in the past. He still had a good day on the ground. 8 carries, 52 yards. Same amount of yards as Austin Eckler. He had 52 yards. Brian Robinson, 16 carries, 65 yards. Not his most efficient day, but a pretty good day nonetheless. DeAndre Swift had to do all the heavy lifting for the for the Bears, especially late in this game. 18 carries, 129 and a touchdown. Caleb did have 10 carries for 41 yards on the ground, but in the passing game is really where it's at for Washington. Terry McLaurin, oh my goodness. At one point, he had 1 reception for 61 yards. Ended this game, 5 receptions, 125. Zach Ertz having another good one. 7 receptions, 77 yards. Noah Brown is the hero. He is the hero on a, 52-yard Hail Mary down 15 what was it, 15-12?
Yeah,
15-12 in the fourth quarter. Terry McLaurin, first of all, catches a ball on the sideline, 2 seconds left on the clock to set this up. You get on the 48-yard line, and you're obviously going to have a Hail Mary by Jaden Daniels, and Noah Brown played this perfectly. Everybody's getting set. They all are grouped up outside of the end zone. and all of the Bears secondary goes up to the ball. Nobody stays back, and Noah Brown just kind of slides back and waits, and it gets tipped off of a Bears defender and right into the hands of Noah Brown for a game-winning touchdown as time expires. An unreal, first of all, a great pass by Jaden Daniels. He got it kind of to the spot you want it to, and then still ended up getting it into the end zone for Noah Brown. It's unreal.
You guys know who Tyreek Stevenson is?
I've heard the name.
That would be the DB who actually tipped this ball, who was also taunting the fans as the ball was snapped. And I'm going to show you guys the video.
Yeah. That is very funny. My God.
They're playing, and he's celebrating.
Oh, my God.
Watch what he does.
What an idiot. And he's the one that tipped it, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Taunting the fans right before and during the
play.
What a here he is
dumbass.
Right, tips it straight to Noah Brown.
Yeah, I think, I'm going to be honest, I think it's on Kevin Byard for the fact that Noah Brown was unmarked back there.
Probably.
Kevin Byard should not have jumped up on that when everybody else was. Like, I get everybody's trying to knock it down.
Shouldn't have tipped the ball straight backwards.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Or don't...
You got to make sure somebody's on somebody.
And
don't celebrate too early.
Yeah, Tyreek Stevenson, you are an idiot. You've got to get benched next week.
While the ball is snapped,
take of the week right there.
What?
Freezing cold take of the week.
What?
No, just Tyreek Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Tyreek Stevenson, like, you deserve to be benched for that.
Wait, Nathan, go back to that.
That was
Go back to that.
The
like internet
Moana?
homepage.
What was that?
No, whatever homepage you were
bottom
just on.
left of the screen. And click.
Whatever you were just on. Popeye's just giving away free sandwiches for the next 2 weeks.
Colin, you just made $1,000. Why you were talking about free sandwiches from Popeyes?
Hey, bro.
All right, what's happening in Sunday Night Football?
Last time I checked, Ezekiel Elliott has a touchdown.
Oh my God, the Cowboys are up 10-3 in the second quarter.
Ricky Pearsall's
2-minute warning.
Good first half.
What the fuck is happening to the 49ers? What is the deal? Oh my God.
Good catch, Isaac. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Nice. Whoa.
Bring it back.
Yep, bring it back. Definitely a hold. What's the deal with the 49ers? I can't figure it out.
I told you last week, bro. They're missing their leader.
Yep, it was a hold.
They're missing their leader.
Yeah.
Their Madden cover.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a cover athlete curse right there. George Kittle, why are you holding, man?
Oh, yeah.
So blatant.
Come on, George.
Yeah. You already had a bad snap. Man. Brutal. 49ers.
They're going to lose this game.
Bad. Yeah, I think
Dak just got engaged.
That is true.
During his bye week on the golf course.
Yeah. That's
weird.
That's kind of crazy.
On the putting green.
Yeah, Nathan, you're the closest person to this situation.
Oh.
Would you ever do it on a golf course? Like, I know you're not a huge golfer, but that seems kind of crazy.
I'm not a huge golfer yet, but I'm a huge disc golfer. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say this. I'm not going to say her name. She would kick your ass if you did it on a disc golf course, I think.
She has already told me she would say no and drive away in my car.
Yep.
If I did it.
That's a fair reaction.
Yeah.
It's a fair reaction.
Come on, man.
She said that's a big hell no, and I would be getting my ass kicked and probably never hear from her again.
Yeah, no, that's a fair.
So unless Dak's now fiance is into golf,
I'm pretty sure she was wearing a dress.
He might have fucked up.
You gonna do it during like a BO6 multiplayer game? You gonna message her on Xbox?
Do you want me to die?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Okay.
Are we about to switch sports?
No, we're about to talk about Monday Night Football really quick.
Okay, I have something after that.
Okay. Giants versus Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay, cool. That was your Monday Night Football preview. No,
this game's gonna be awful.
Yeah, no, Giants Steelers is gonna suck, dude. That defense is going to kill Daniel Jones.
It's gonna be worse than Sunday Night Football right now, and this game is horrible.
Yeah, this game is pretty bad. Good Lord, dude.
Adams. Dangerous.
Yeah. What are we thinking about Russie after week one of the Mr. Unlimited experience?
It is a fluke. He's gonna play awful this week.
Against the Giants?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have played awful against them.
He will.
Okay. Yeah, I think Daniel Jones is probably going to play bad. That's my hot take of the week. Daniel Jones not going to have a good
Malik
week.
Neighbors, 1,000 receiving yards
against Joey Porter Jr. I doubt it. I do need him to score 100 points. I also need Jake Ferguson to score 10 if Malik Neighbors scores 100 points.
What if that happened? Like Malik scored 100 and Jake Ferguson scored like 9.8.
I would literally march into Stanley's place of work and laugh in his face if I win this game.
No, I meant like what happens if Malik scores 100 and Jake Ferguson scores 9?
I'd be pretty proud. I wouldn't. I think I'd
be
accept
more
the loss.
pissed than
I would definitely be pissed, but also like I'd just be proud of Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, would
100 points.
Would you spell your name out for him?
Let's just put this into reality. 100 points for a wide receiver would literally mean he had the best game of all time.
Yeah.
By a mile.
Yeah.
Like that would be unreal, and also that would require Daniel Jones to have a good game. That's the harder part about this. I think if he had a better quarterback, I would maybe think, okay, Malik Neighbors is very good at football. He's not going to score 100 points at fantasy, but he could have a great day.
I get 60, 70.
But that would require Daniel Jones to be on the passing end. That is true. Yeah.
Like if he had like a Joe Burrow or something like that.
Maybe not even Joe Burrow.
We saw Jamar have it.
That's true. Okay. That's enough of that. Nathan, what do you have for us?
All right. I know we don't talk basketball, but D. Wade got a statue today.
Oh, is it bad?
I want you guys to tell me.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
If this looks like D. Wade to you.
What the fuck is that?
That is not D. Wade.
That is, hold on. I can't think of the actor's name, but he's playing Doc Rivers in that Clippers show.
Clippers show or that movie?
I think it's a TV show.
The movie Hustle with Adam
Sandler? No. The Clippers show.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, look, I can't. Who's the actor?
Clipped is.
He looks like Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes.
That statue looks like Lawrence Fishburne.
This guy is your franchise leader in points, games, assists, and I think one other stat.
He's the best Heat player of all time.
And you can't get his face to look more like him?
Why would you do one of him yelling?
I think if you took away his jersey, number,
well, you
would not know who that is.
He's like always had facial hair. At least a goatee. You can't really see any facial hair on that statue, right?
I mean, it's a statue. It doesn't have hair, but
I mean, you could typically make it look that way. Like his jaw, just like nobody really sees Dwayne Wade's jaw that much.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That is so bad. There's going to be kids in the future.
13-time All-Star, and this is what he gets.
There's going to be kids in the future that go to a Heat game and go, who is that? And then their parents are going to say, wait, who is that? Oh, it's Dwayne Wade. You don't immediately see that and think Dwayne Wade.
Like, that is Shaq.
Yeah, no, the Shaq statue is awesome. I'll give them that. Nice. Yeah, that's incredibly bad.
Just wanted you guys to.
Thanks, man.
Just wanted to get you guys' takes on.
Yeah, no,
that statue
is horrendous. Today. That is horrendous. Okay, let's move on to some baseball. The World Series. Dodgers up 2-0. I made my prediction on Friday. Dodgers in 5. Luke had Yankees in 7. Colin with 2 games through 2 games. What's your prediction?
Yankees will win 1.
Okay, so Dodgers in 5.
Yeah, Dodgers in 5.
Okay. I'm loving it.
I don't know. Maybe Dodgers 4 at this point.
Ooh, maybe the Yankees don't win 1. So my whole thing was that I thought the Dodgers would win the first 2 games.
Yeah.
They'll go to New York. They'll lose game 1. Playoff atmosphere in New York. First time in 13 years they've been in or 15 years, whatever they've been to the World Series. 15 years. Clark Schmidt is on the mound. He's been looking pretty good. That would be the game the Yankees win. Next 2, they're not winning. Dodgers win it before they even have to come home. That was my thought. It's coming to fruition.
Well, saying as their managers like the worst manager in the world, they might not win another game.
Yeah, let's talk about game 1. Dodgers win it 6-3 in the 10th inning on a walk-off grand slam by old Frederick Freeman. It's bittersweet.
Fredward.
It's bittersweet because I wish we could have seen him do it for us. I wish he was in that Braves jersey.
I want him to get another ring.
I do too. But it does. Once he gets that ring, it's gonna feel like, oh well, he didn't even need ours.
Yeah.
You know?
He's gonna be like, oh well, he carried the Braves too.
I'm much more excited for Shohei to get a ring than Freddie to get a second.
Okay.
Also, Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman deserves a ring with this performance he's had. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's already was the NLCS MVP. Might even be the World Series MVP if things continue to go his way. But
I think Freddie's the front runner for World Series MVP right now.
Maybe we'll see. Game, you gotta play well in every game.
He has.
Yeah, he did have a But did he have an RBI hit? I don't know what it was.
He had a home run.
Did he have a home run last night?
Oh
shit! Yeah, you're right.
Him and Teoscar went back to back.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, maybe Freddie is the front runner at the moment.
The only thing I want to say about Game 1, I had two things actually.
Yeah.
The bottom of your order cannot strike out this much for the Yankees.
Yeah, well, that's been a problem for the Yankees in general.
Well,
Aaron Judge striking out 3 times, crazy.
Your first hitter doesn't strike out.
Yep.
Second, and the 2 pinch hitters that come in for him both don't strike out. And your second batter does.
I think Dominguez was a pinch runner, and then Cabrera just replaced him defensively, but didn't actually hit.
Okay. Either way, Soto doesn't strike out. That's Juan Soto. We know that.
Yeah, he doesn't strike out at all.
And then you have Judge with 3,
hate the good
Stanton with 2,
I hate him.
Chisholm with 1, Rizzo with 2, Volpe with 2. Yeah. What does I say? Wells with 2,
Verdugo.
and Verdugo with 1.
Well, your bottom 4 players, their first names all start with A.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put A ball in damn play.
Yeah.
Stop striking out.
No.
I don't know if they were more looking or swinging, but
if it's Volpe, he was swinging at balls in the dirt above his head.
If it was
Rizzo,
Judge, he was looking.
Rizzo was probably dropping down to his knees.
Pause.
Every time he finished.
What?
Wait.
Wells. I can't tell you what Wells did because he's pretty dog shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Right,
105 average in the postseason. Like, why are you starting?
And he's not even playing every game. They've been putting Trevino in too.
I would start Trevino every game.
Okay. Well, this game was.
I have my second thing.
Oh, go ahead.
One sec.
As long as it's not about extra innings, because that's what most of my stuff's about.
Kind of, and not really.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys were talking about bad manager, right?
Okay.
You were talking about Aaron Boone, I would suppose.
Definitely. I'm about to a lot.
I was on the phone with Luke the other day, and I brought this up to him as well. You have Freddie's kryptonite on your team. Why not just pitch Rizzo to strike him out again?
I like that.
He's done it once.
I don't think
you're not allowed to bring them in.
Oh, because he was already playing?
No. You have to be up or down by a certain number of runs.
I forgot they have that rule now.
And I don't think Freddie would let that happen again.
No. No.
I don't think he wanted to let it
Okay,
happen
let's be honest. Let's be honest. Nestor Cortez and Anthony Rizzo are as good of lefty pitchers as each other right now.
They throw the same.
They both suck.
Yeah, they both have like 45.
This was maybe the most exhilarating playoff game in like recent memory. This game was awesome.
Yeah.
All the way through. You had, Stanton hits the home run to take the lead early in the game. Dodgers come back. We go to extra innings. Like I was split screening this game with Boise State UNLV. I was having a hell of a night watching those games, dude. Those were both 2 games that were very fun to watch. But when Freddie came up to bat, immediately turned off that UNLV game. I said, no. This is the moment. Well, it was really when I saw Mookie Betts get the free pass. That was insane. And I'd like to talk about the fact that Aaron Boone has made it all the way to the World Series and decided that he still wants to coach himself out of this job. He tries to do it all regular season, and they finally get to the mountaintop, and he pulls Garrett Cole through 6 innings. He's only allowed 1 pitch, he only allowed 1 run, and had 88 pitches. You can't pull him before 100 when he's pitching that well. They could not do anything. They couldn't create anything off of him. Obviously, they had 1 run. They could not do anything off Garrett Cole, and you pull him only 88 pitches. You got to at least trot him out for the 7th. That's the way I saw it. You got to at least give him a shot. Then the consequences of that are going to be felt for the rest of this series. You can't waste bullpen arms in Game 1 of the World Series. And if Cole goes out for the 7th, Let's just say Cole goes through 2 outs in the 7th, and then you pull him. Well, then Holmes probably could have pitched 1.1. So you could not even have to use Canely. Then you bring in Weaver. Maybe things go your way, maybe they don't, whatever. But you then go into extra innings where you had to use Cousins, and then you bring in Cortez, and
Kirk's
all hell
cousin.
breaks loose. Yeah, Kirk's cousin.
Kirk
Jake
Cousins' cousin.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of cousins.
Yeah, you used too many bullpen arms for how the start was going for Garrett Cole. Because, like, the Dodgers used 5 bullpen arms as well, but Flaherty wasn't looking as good as he has. Also, you get to extras, and I'm really not sure which decision was worse. You bring in a Nestor Cortez that has not pitched in a month. He has not pitched in a game in a month. And you're like, you know what I should do? I should bring him in after Jake Cousins already looked bad in the 9th inning and say, yeah, I trust Nestor Cortez to face... Well, you didn't trust him to face Mookie Betts, I guess. But
face the top of the order.
Yeah, he has to face the top of the order in extra innings. And you had a lead. You were up 3-2. Mm-hmm. You had the lead. And then you walk Mookie Betts to bring up Freddie Freeman. Now, look, I get it. If you look at this season's analytics, Freddie versus lefties, Mookie versus lefties, Mookie's the better hitter. He's also a righty, so kind of makes sense. If you look at their careers, Freddie versus lefties with bases loaded in his career is 9 for 14, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. His slash line is 643 batting average, 667 on base, 1571 slugging, and a 2,238 OPS. How in the fuck do you let him come to the plate for free? And on top of that, you load the bases for Freddie, which means one of the most selective batters in the MLB. He's got one of the best eyes in the MLB at the plate. Could have just gotten a walk if you were trying to pitch around him, and he still would have tied the game up just by walking. But you know that you're going to have to compete with him. You have to throw competitive pitches against him. So, of course, he knew that Nestor Cortez was going to give him something to hit.
Meatball.
And he gave him a meatball in which Freddie Freeman made history. Mm-hmm. A la Kirk Gibson. The similarities of that moment is unreal. And then shout out to Kevin Burkhardt on the call. Perfectly matching and paying homage to that Kirk Gibson call. Amazing. Kevin Burkhardt, shout out. This is the part of the year where whoever's on Fox has to get some love. Kevin Burkhardt called Friday and Saturday's games for the World Series. Today called the whatever America's game of the week was with Tom Brady at 4:25.
Was it Bears Commanders?
No. That was
Chiefs Raiders?
Nope. Shit, what was the... Oh, it was the Bills Seahawks. So, yeah, Burkhardt called that game. Next 3 days, he's got World Series games to call.
Busy May.
Yeah. So, shout out to Kevin Burkhardt. I know Joe Buck has done this in the past, and I think we might have talked about it.
Yeah, we don't like Joe Buck, though.
Nah, I like Joe Buck. He's just not my favorite. But yeah, how do you do that? And then, of course, Freddie hits the grand slam, and they win the game. Game 2, Dodgers win it 4-2. This is the best that Yamamoto has looked in these playoffs, by far. He looked very, very good. Meanwhile, Carlos Rodon, right back to his ways. He was horrible, as per usual. Yamamoto 6.1, only gave up 1 hit, 1 run on that solo shot. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 86 pitches.
That's impressive.
Damn good day for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Carlos Rodon, like I said, back to his ways. 3.1 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs on 3 homers, and he struck out 3. Only 63 pitches. It was 3.1 innings of work. And then you just, once again, you force bullpen arms to clean up the mess, and it just does not. It's not enough. The offense couldn't do anything because the bullpen came in, actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And everybody was getting 1 inning of work plus, but like you can't go out and have a horrible start. Like within the 4th inning, you're down 4 runs, and the offense still doesn't pick up the slack. That's where the Yankees fell short in this one. Last time around, it's the pitching. This time around, it's just the fact that this lineup can't hit consistently.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
Just the top of their order.
Yeah, and on the other side, the Dodgers aren't slowing down. Freddie Freeman, like you mentioned, he had a home run. Tommy Edman will not slow down. He moved up in the order in this game, still goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. It was a solo shot. You had like you said, the home run for Freddie Freeman, the home run for Teoscar Hernandez in this game. Unreal, especially when Shohei went 0 for 3 and left this game with an injury late when he slid into second base trying to steal. He's day-to-day right now. I got a feeling he's going to play.
Yeah, especially with an off day, he'll play.
Yeah.
He'll gamble some money. And
okay. Play. Whoa.
Exclamation mark problem.
Yep. If you're in the live stream, I guess. All right. What are we thinking as we go along? Next game, we've got Walker Buehler versus Clark Schmidt in New York tonight as the people are listening to this.
Give me Dodgers 7-2.
Okay. I still think the Yankees could win this one. I have not been impressed with Buehler.
The Dodgers are going to score on their bullpen.
Yeah, the bullpen's going to be getting tired.
They're going to pull Buehler after giving up 2 in the 4th.
Okay. Interesting. And then the Dodgers bullpen just holds on.
You're going to lights out.
Okay.
Brewstar's going to go like 2 with like 4 Ks.
Okay. If this actually does happen, you're a genius, I think.
What can I say? I'm on one right now.
Yeah, you're hot. So everybody's got to follow whatever Colin says.
And
I'm not.
Believe it or not, Freddie's going yard again.
Freddie's going yard again?
Yeah.
Fred yard again?
Yep.
Shout out to Backyardigans. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to do that. I think Clark Schmidt goes 5 innings of scoreless pitching. Then he gives up a home run to start off the 6th inning, gets pulled. Soto hits a solo shot early. Home run to Teoscar Hernandez. 2 in a row for him.
Not Shohei. Shohei's not going to get his first.
I don't know how healthy he's going to be. That's the biggest thing. Clark Schmidt will give up a home run that ties the game 1-1. That's what I'm thinking. I think somebody will score for the Yankees early in the game. And then we'll get, I think we'll see a Judge home run. I think we'll see a Judge home run, and the Yankees will win it 2-1. I think we'll get a lockdown pitcher performance. Because I think the problem is that this team could not ride off the momentum of the starting pitching.
Yeah.
If Clark Schmidt comes out and has a good day, he gives up a solo shot, you can still ride off of that momentum. And if you get, into the 6th with some good starting pitching, you'll feel a little bit better. So I do think the Yankees win Game 3. What are we looking at for Tuesday for Game 4? We don't know who we're going to see for the Dodgers. We might see Luis Hill for the Yankees. You're not making it on the field. How crazy is it that Juan Soto might win one of those this year? He sucks in the outfield. Unreal. What are we thinking Game 4? Obviously, we don't need to be
game
precise.
From the Dodgers?
Maybe. Could see a bullpen game from. I think if they go up 3-0, you might go bullpen game for Game 4. I think Game 5 is where they win it all. Because I don't know if the Yankees are going to be turning around their rotation yet to Cole. He pitched Friday. He could come out Wednesday.
You think the Dodgers are going to win it at Yankee Stadium? Oh,
yeah. Man. I don't think the Dodgers want to come home to celebrate. I think they'll come home and do a parade, but they'll be popping bottles in the Yankee Stadium.
In the Bronx.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I like that. Nah, they're winning it in 4.
I can't trust the Yankees offense. It's just not been good enough. Dodgers are doing such a good job of hitting all the way up and down the lineup. That's the biggest factor in this. And then, of course, the bullpen has been lights out. So it's hard to pick against them right now, especially up 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. That is what are we before we're done, World Series MVP, where are we thinking?
Freddie Freeman.
Okay. I'm sticking with Tommy Edman. I think he's going to keep having big moments. All right. College football, week 9. We're starting on Friday. Boise State 29, UNLV 24. Not much to say about this game, but maybe the worst Ashton Genty's looked. 33 carries, 128 and a touchdown.
You don't want to start with Kyle McCord's performance against Pitt?
Okay, here we'll start with Kyle McCord's performance against Pitt. He threw 3 pick-6s and 5 interceptions.
3 pick-6s in the first half.
Yeah, against undefeated still number 19 Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boise State came down to the wire with UNLV. That was a must-win game. I talked about it on the College Football Show. That game was for the top of the Mountain West. And if UNLV would have beat Boise State, they would only be a one-loss team with a win over a ranked opponent. And with Navy losing, they probably jump Army as well. And UNLV could be sitting in that spot for the Group of 5 bid. If they won that game, they don't. Boise State still finds a way to get it done despite a very slow offensive performance to their standards. And they get the win. Very surprised. Okay, let's talk about Saturday, though. We're just going to go in rankings order. We're starting number 1, Oregon, 38. Number 20, Illinois, 9. So, I said Brett Bielema might, give him a shot. Oregon, and Dan Lanning in particular, they came ready for this game. They did not slack off.
They were not fucking around.
No, I got to give all the credit in the world to Dan Lanning for how his team came prepared for this team. Because Illinois is the type of team where you could overlook them and be like, all right, we're going to beat these guys, but by how much? Dan Lanning came into this game and said, we have to address every single thing that they could possibly get us at, and they did it. It was actually just an unreal performance. Shout out Khalil Valentine with the sole touchdown for the Illini, but the Oregon Ducks looked crazy. Dylan Gabriel had a great day, 18 for 26, 291, 3 touchdowns. He did throw a pick. In the running game, just seemed like everybody was rolling. Illinois could not stop anybody in that run game. Jordan James led the way, 15 carries, 83 yards, but Noah Whittington, 7 carries, 56, and a touchdown. Yeah, the Oregon Ducks just dominated. I don't really know what else to say about this performance. It was very well coached by Dan Lanning is kind of the biggest thing I can say. Because Brett Bielema is a great coach, and he has the potential to outcoach a lot of people in college football, but it just wasn't in the cards on Saturday. It really wasn't. All right, we can move on, though, to the next game. Number 3, Penn State 28, Wisconsin 13. You had Drew Aller exit this game after the second quarter with an apparent lower body injury. Came out in the second half, down 10-3. But no Drew Aller coming out for the third quarter, and Penn State just kind of rallied. The defense really stepped up. That's where I saw the most. Bo Pribula, I believe is how you say it, or Pribula, came in and just kind of held things down. And Katron Allen took charge in the second half, 11 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown for him. And a huge 21-point second half is why the Nittany Lions stay undefeated and remain the number 3 team in the nation. It was a hard-fought victory. It probably shouldn't have been. You shouldn't have been losing at the half, especially because Drew Aller was healthy for the first half. But they find a way.
Division games, man, you never know.
Yeah, they find a way in a big conference matchup with Wisconsin.
College football is so weird because, you have all these high expectations, but any team can beat any team on any given day.
Yeah, they can, and Nebraska almost did.
It's all about who's prepared and who's not.
That's true. Nebraska was prepared, but not enough. 17-21 goes the way of the Buckeyes. Will Howard, not a great day. He really didn't have to do all that much. It's really just about the fact that Nebraska shut down the run game. Yep. Something that I talked about when we were talking about their matchup with Indiana last week where they got steamrolled by the Hoosiers. This week, they showed up, which makes me start thinking, what happens when Indiana plays Ohio State in a couple weeks?
Probably going to win.
Especially if Curtis Rourke comes back healthy, because Indiana looked damn good this week without him.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska looked damn good in this game. Dylan Raiola just doesn't have a huge big playability. I don't know if it's his receiving core or just he's not really willing to make those throws downfield. It just doesn't seem like he really goes for it all that much. He was 21 for 32, only 152. He had a pick, no touchdowns. In the run game, Dante Dowdle having a good game, 14 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Raiola had 31 rushing yards himself. That running game for Ohio State got shut down. Quinshawn and Travion both had 10 carries. Neither of them broke 30 yards. Unreal for those two.
Yeah, but Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith picked up the slack.
They're unreal. 4 receptions, 102, and a touchdown for Carnell. Jeremiah Smith, 3 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Quinshawn Judkins also had a receiving touchdown in this game. On the Cornhuskers side, Thomas Fidone II, leads the way in the receiving department, 4 receptions, 55 yards. Ja'Cory Barney as well, 7 receptions. It's a huge game for him.
Yeah, but if you're Ohio State, you cannot be comfortable with how you played this game.
No, they had to go and lead a game-winning drive. That should not be happening to this team. They were a 25.5-point favorite. It's unreal. Yeah, didn't even put up 25, and that's what they should have won by. Crazy. Great game for Nebraska. I got to give them and Matt Rule some credit. Number 5, Texas, 27. Number 25, Vandy, 24. Texas really couldn't have started worse here. Start off the game down 7-0 because of an interception on the first drive, and then you allow the touchdown after the interception. And then Texas scored 21 unanswered points to go into the half. But they let Vandy creep right back in. How do you... Texas was just so up and down throughout this game. It was like, okay, yeah, you go down 7-0. Well, then you score 21 unanswered points in the first half. And then you just let Vandy play their game in the second half. And when Vandy plays their game, they play damn good. Diego Pavia had 3 touchdowns in this game. He didn't pass the ball tremendously, but he's also playing an elite defense. 16 for 29, 143, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's not the best day, but it could have been worse. He was great on the ground, 16 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Vandy almost pulled this off. Unreal.
I was rooting for him.
I was too.
I think the whole country was.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers had a questionable day too. 3 passing touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Kind of odd. Okay, let's talk. Florida State, Miami. Miami steamrolled us. Make Luke Kromenhoek the starter for the love of God. I don't know how much more I can do here, but Luke Kromenhoek is literally, he might, if we don't start him now, he's got to start next year for sure, obviously. Quit putting up the U. You need to focus on your own damn team. What are we doing here? Hooty hoo. Shout out the Owls beating up Liberty.
Fuck Liberty.
God, I wish we had Damian Martinez. 15 carries, 148, 2 touchdowns for him. Mark Fletcher Jr., 15 carries, 71 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, Luke Kromenhoek needs to be starting for Florida State. That's all I care about on their side. Miami didn't really pass the ball very well. I think the Florida State secondary and just defense in general actually kind of looked good against the Canes.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, the least Miami scored this season is 36 points, but the least they've scored this season.
Cam Ward caught a pass.
Yes, Cam Ward did catch a pass. It was a touchdown.
Do you know
they ran a
Florida
Philly
State
special?
Is the only Division I FBS school to not score 25 points in a football game this year?
Our baseball team has scored more in this calendar year than us in a game in our football
There's
team.
only two FCS schools, 2 Division II teams, and 1 Division III team that haven't.
Yeah.
And 1 Division I FBS school, and it is Florida State.
There's a reason they're in that bottom 25 every week.
There's a reason I haven't worn a Florida State piece of apparel in...
It's...
when did the season start?
September.
Yep, since then.
Do you remember?
I finished the next one.
No, you were just staring into my eyes, and I didn't like it.
Are you sure you didn't like it? Yeah, look, it gets harder every day to wake up and be a Florida State fan. I'll say that. That's for sure. Okay, stop staring at each other or me or whatever. I'm focused on this podcast. Okay, let's talk about the biggest game of the week, I would say. Number 8, LSU, 23. Number 14, Texas A&M, 38. The Aggies get the win, as I predicted.
Boom.
Nice. Texas. Oh, sorry, wrong notes. Connor Weigman might lose his job. He really might. But Marcel Reed didn't really do that much, but he was just the spark plug for this team. He also ran in 3 touchdowns. But when
Weigman leave hurt?
I don't know if he got hurt. I think it was just like desperation time for some reason, and A&M just got the win. Something about that second half with Marcel Reed at quarterback just put the wind in their sails, and they just looked crazy good. It was like a type of Texas A&M offense we haven't seen whatsoever since Weigman's gotten there as their quarterback. He was super inaccurate in this game. Marcel Reed came in, he threw 2 passes, and he had more passing yards than Connor Weigman in his 18 attempts. He had 70 yards, Marcel Reed did in the air, 35 on both of them. And then he also ran in 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Le'Veon Moss is so good.
Yeah, Le'Veon Moss is a dog. 14 carries, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amari Daniels as well on the ground, 12 carries, 91 yards.
But Garrett
Nussmeier
threw for 405 yards.
He threw for 405 yards.
3 picks.
Is it weird to say he doesn't he's just average? He doesn't do anything special.
Yeah, he's mediocre.
Yeah, he is. And like, he's just so lucky that his receivers are amazing.
What you got, Nathan? I see you pressing the button.
Yes, they put up a graphic early on in this game of the like offensive linemen for LSU, showing that none of them had allowed a sack this year.
Yeah,
it wasn't true.
Oh, nice.
Or maybe those exact guys had, but Garrett Nussmeier had been sacked like 5 or 6 times this season, and everyone on Twitter was like, so then who the fuck are the guys blocking for him?
That's a good point.
And it's just like a highlight reel of him getting sacked. And even in this game, he got sacked twice.
Yeah. They also could not run the ball whatsoever. Josh Williams, 7 carries, 23 yards. Caden Durham, 11 carries, 15 yards. Garrett Nussmeier did run in a touchdown. But it was really the LSU receivers that made these things happen. Garrett Nussmeier only threw for 405 because Aaron Anderson and Kyron Lacey carry the shit out of him week by week.
Kyron Lacey, I say it every week, he's one of the best receivers in college football.
Oh, definitely. I think he's a top 5 guy. And Aaron Anderson is not far behind. He might even be right there lockstep with him.
We have another Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr. moment.
I think we might, or a Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase situation.
Let's stick with Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. at the moment.
Why?
These guys aren't Jettas. And
yeah, they're also not going to win a natty because they just lost to Texas A&M. A&M's defense, man, shout out Mike Elko. That second half of defense was unreal.
Nathan, click on A&M's schedule real quick.
Oh shit, we're talking schedules. Are they going to make the college football playoff? We're going to talk about their ranking later, but they are number 10 right now.
They just have one more game to really focus on,
and it's Texas, the final game of the year. At that point, this team might even with already be there.
Could make.
That's what I'm saying. And like, honestly, if you lose to Texas, you probably don't make the conference championship game, which means you won't lose the conference championship game.
And then go to the SEC standings.
I'm just it's the Aggies are number 1.
Yeah, I know they are.
They're number 1.
I think Georgia's 2.
Yeah, Georgia's 2 because they have the head-to-head over Texas, and they've won one more conference game.
Georgia and Tennessee still got to play.
Yeah.
LSU, Alabama still got to play.
Yep. LSU and Alabama.
That is going to be an insane game.
Important for sure. Alabama needs to knock LSU out.
Yeah, Nathan, besides A&M, who does Texas play? I need you to go look at that.
Texas doesn't have too tough of a... Are we already looking? What just happened?
You went
now
back
we're
to
at A&M. What the hell? That was so weird.
Just scroll down and click on Texas.
It did.
Look, you just scroll and look at the left side.
Yeah. They've got Florida, Arkansas,
so same with them.
Kentucky.
They just got to focus on A&M.
Yeah, you can't sleep on those opponents.
Not Arkansas. You can sleep on Kentucky and Florida.
I wouldn't sleep on Kentucky. They beat Ole Miss.
Didn't they just lose to Auburn?
That is true. Auburn's got one of the best defenses in college football. Just putting that out. But yeah, A&M, big win.
Now one more, Nathan. I'm sorry, Tennessee.
Yeah, so Tennessee's schedule real quick. I think it's really just Georgia for them, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, Mississippi State
Vandy.
Win at Vandy. They're gonna win. It's a home game, bro. At Vandy is a home game for Tennessee.
All right, so
the goalpost might go back in that fucking river.
That is true.
Just might.
Those goalposts might be inside of a bar.
I feel like I saw somewhere that Vandy put up some sort of netting.
I don't know if that was real. I think it was fake.
The stadium or something.
I think it was fake.
I don't know.
I saw the pictures. I think it was edited.
Someone's really good at Photoshop.
Ooh,
people are getting too good.
People are getting too good at Photoshop.
Like,
I'm jealous as fuck.
Yeah, like I'm like, you're like pretty good.
I'm okay.
So, Grayson,
some people are insane.
Yeah.
What's your prediction on how the SEC is going to play out for the rest of the year?
I think Texas is going to lose to Texas A&M in that final game of the year.
Okay, so A&M is going to secure a spot in the SEC championship.
But A&M will have already lost a game before that.
Wow.
I think they'll get upset one of these weeks. They'll get humbled.
To who?
I don't know.
Go back to A&M.
One of those teams there just might pull something off, man. You never know. You never know.
Who? South Carolina?
At Auburn. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. At Auburn. A&M could slip. They could slip, but they'll beat Texas.
That would just make everything.
I'm rooting for chaos, dude. I'm rooting for chaos.
All right, so that happens.
Yeah.
So who's the SEC championship? Georgia versus
It would be Georgia. I think Texas A&M would still make it if they beat Texas at that point, right?
Okay.
Because they'd only have one conference loss.
What if Georgia loses to Tennessee?
We're getting tricky because Tennessee's already got an SEC loss to Arkansas. Ooh.
But
I guess Tennessee would make it in.
They have the win over Bama and then the win over Georgia, so that's 2.
Yeah, I know. I think that would mean that Texas A&M and Tennessee make it in the conference championship, which is insane. But Georgia and Texas would both make the playoff.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
where do you put Alabama's chances if they beat LSU?
Okay. I don't know if you watched the college football show this week.
Not this week.
So what I said going into the Missouri game is that Alabama's in a really tough spot that they've certainly never been in before, at least, in the Saban era. They weren't in, where they just played a ranked opponent and they had really nothing to win for. Like, if they were to win, which they did in blowout fashion, they won. They win, and there's still a 2-loss team that's on the outside looking in at the college football playoff.
Yeah. They can win out and still not make it.
Yeah. And if they lost this game, or even if they lose to LSU, Alabama might just be heading to the Pop-Tart Bowl. Like, that's a realistic thing that could happen. This Alabama team could have 3 losses
or at least
be like the number 20, 21 team in the nation when it's all said and done.
Or at least fighting for one of those, like, New York Six Bowls. New Year's Six
Bowls.
Bowl.
But most of the New Year's Six Bowls are college football playoff games.
Sorry, I keep forgetting we expanded it.
Yeah. That's the thing. It is like Alabama is, right now, they are the team on the outside looking in. Alabama is rooting for chaos at the top. That they have to have chaos at the top of the SEC and elsewhere. They need BYU or Iowa State to get exposed and lose a game and fall out of that race.
State to lose to Indiana.
But you also need Indiana to lose because Indiana, if an Ohio State team, yes, they have 2 losses, but it's to the 2 teams that compete in the Big Ten championship game. And they beat a Penn State, and Ohio State beats Penn State, which means they don't make the championship game, but they only have 1 loss. We're talking about maybe 4 Big Ten teams making it into the playoff.
That would be gross.
4 Big Ten teams, and Alabama already has, 5 SEC teams ahead of them in Tennessee, Texas, Georgia, A&M, and potentially LSU. Mm-hmm. Alabama is on the outside looking in, and it is not fun.
This is, for a first-year 12-team playoff, this
is going to be madness. Because you also have Miami and Clemson in the conversation. One of those Big 12 teams is going to get in, obviously.
Fighting for it, too.
Pitt is fighting for a spot. SMU is fighting to maybe get into the ACC championship game. It's actually insane right now what we're looking at. I don't think enough people are talking about the playoff conversation as we go. The 12-team playoff bid is also a heated race as well. I know Boise State is clearing, but a close game with UNLV makes me start wondering some things.
Yeah.
Let's continue here and actually talk about number 11 BYU 37, UCF 24. This game way too close for comfort, for sure. Jake Retzlaff looked pretty good, just not the day he wants to have. UCF just can't figure out any kind of passing game. Ja'Cory Brown is not the answer. Dylan Risk came in. He was fine. But UCF likes to look good. This game, they did not look very good. It was really just those 14 points in the fourth quarter that made this even look close. BYU handedly taking care of another opponent, remaining undefeated. Shout out BYU.
Go Cougars.
Notre Dame. How the fuck did Navy walk into did Notre Dame walk into Navy and just wipe the floor with them?
Yeah, how can you do that to our American heroes?
Do they hate America?
I think they do.
I think they might hate America. Riley Leonard decided he wanted to be a quarterback.
Also hates America.
Also hates America. Sorry, Riley. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah, should have lost.
Should have lost to Navy. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Riley Leonard has become a quarterback in the last 3 weeks, which is scary, I would say. This is a Notre Dame team. They could probably lose. No, I don't think Notre Dame could lose another game and make it, but
what are we
they're
watching?
not going to have to play. Oh, yeah, what do we have?
We're watching a play from UCF BYU. I couldn't find it fast enough. I just found it.
Okay.
We got a field goal here.
Yep. Oh, yes, I did see it. Why did he not throw to that guy? He got the first down, but
I think he just wanted to secure it.
Okay, that's fair. He got the first down. He easily could have thrown to that guy that was
They
kind of
snapped
wide
the ball
open.
twice.
Yeah, which you never see.
That would have been a touchdown right there. If he
Nah,
threw it to him.
I don't think you could. You can't see it in that framing.
There's a guy. Right
There's a
behind him.
safety like pretty close by him. You see his shadow show up. But
Either way, cool play.
yeah, creative play calling by the special teams coordinator.
Say hut, hut. Say hut, hut.
But yeah, thanks. Yeah, shout out to Notre Dame. Big win over Navy. Much needed for sure.
American haters.
Yeah, they hate America. 21, Mizzou, 0. Number 15, Alabama, 34. It's so weird to see these two teams this low in the rankings. I hate to bring that
frauds.
up. Okay.
Jalen Milroe still a fraud.
Yeah, obviously Brady Cook tried to play this game, just was not working out. He was a little too hurt with
Luther
that high
Burden
ankle
got
sprain.
locked the fuck down.
Yeah. So what's the deal here? What are we thinking after this performance? Because obviously it wasn't a full strength Missouri team, but it's also a Missouri team that's been bad in general, anyways.
We started putting up points when we used people other than Ryan Williams.
Okay, I'm glad that you admitted that. I like that a lot. Jeremy Bernard probably should be the primary receiver on this team.
And you know who number 2 should be? Kendrick Law.
He's so underutilized.
Yeah. When we use him and CJ Dupree, we move down the field easily.
Was it Kendrick Law that I think he was on a kick return?
Yes.
Very good kick return by him. They got him very well down the field and set up a touchdown.
He's like our special teams.
Wait, what was it that he did then? He returned something.
No, he
could have
usually
sworn he
returns
did.
punts and kicks.
It might have been.
It might not have been this week, but he usually does.
Yeah. Kendrick Law definitely needs to be.
Yeah, Ron Williams does not need to be on special teams.
No. One of his punt returns was for 14 yards, one for 1 yard, which means you should have fair caught it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, Alabama got a 34-point victory in a shutout.
Looked good.
Defense looked great. Just not, like I said, it doesn't move the needle. It doesn't change anything for where they stand.
No.
They're kind of in a weird position where they've never really had to just sit around and wait on everybody else to suck. Yeah, shout out Johnny Walker, 2 sacks, awesome name, good performance. Final game I would like to touch on, number 22 SMU, 28 Duke, 27 in overtime. This one was awesome to watch at the end. SMU should not have won this game. Literally, they did everything wrong. They turned the ball over 6 times in this game and still won. Malik Murphy had a damn good day at quarterback for Duke, 27 for 48, not the greatest, but 295, 3 touchdowns, no picks. You kind of ran the ball well. Star Thomas, 17 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. SMU was up 14-7 at the half. I think they were up 21-6 going into the fourth quarter. Or sorry, 21-13 going into the fourth quarter. Duke ties it up with a 2-point conversion on their touchdown in the fourth. They force overtime. SMU scores on the opening drive, kicks the extra point. Duke scores on the following drive, and Manny Diaz decides we're playing for the victory. Now, you were both 6-1, and I get Duke already had a conference loss going into this game, but you got to play this one out. You got to play this one out. I know you got the 2-point conversion the first time when you did it in the fourth quarter. If you win this game, you're ranked. Mm-hmm. That's a big deal. You would be 7-1. You would be sitting in a position where you actually still could make the conference championship potentially if Clemson or Miami falls apart. And Duke has to go down to Miami to play them this next week. And you're coming off.
If they
would
have won this, that would have gave them great momentum.
Exactly.
To go down there and try to upset.
Exactly. So Manny Diaz hoping for maybe a revenge game boost against Miami next week because he's certainly not coming into this game with confidence. Okay. Let's wrap it up with the recap and talk about the AP poll. Like I said earlier, a lot of motion more towards the bottom, or more towards in the middle of the AP poll, but we did get a shakeup in the top 10. Number 1 is Oregon still, as well as Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State. They all hold their spots in the top 4 respectively. Miami swaps places with Texas. Texas plays a close one against Vandy. Miami continues to put up points. They beat the shit out of Florida State. So Miami moves up to 5. Texas moves down to 6. Tennessee holds on to number 7. Number 8 is now Notre Dame. 4 spots up with that blowout over Navy. Puts them at number 8. BYU goes up 2 spots after the win over UCF. Now they're 8-0 at number 9. A&M jumps up into the top 10. 4 spots after the big win over LSU. I think it's much deserved. Clemson and Iowa State tied on votes at number 11. Both of them dropped spots. Clemson dropped 2 spots. Iowa State dropped 1 spot. They both were just victims of the bye week, unfortunately, especially because A&M had such a big victory that jumped them over both.
Yeah.
Indiana, so unlucky to not move up here. I guess their win wasn't good enough to move them over Clemson and Iowa State, but Indiana still undefeated at 8-0. They got a big win over Washington without their starting quarterback, and they sit at 13. Meanwhile, Alabama moves up 1 spot to 14. Boise State moves up 2 spots to 15 with the win over UNLV. LSU plummets 8 spots down, all the way to 16 after the loss to A&M. Kansas State, a very close victory over Kansas. That was my one loser of the week in the college football show. And they had a very close win. They moved down 1 spot to 17. Pitt remains undefeated in the ACC. Unbelievable season this far for Pitt, but they also really haven't played the toughest opponents yet. They move up 1 spot to 18. Ole Miss drops down 1 spot to 19. It was a fine win over Oklahoma, but it was nothing special. SMU moves up 2 spots after the win over Duke to number 20. Army moves up 2 spots on a bye week, actually, up to 21. Washington State sits at 22. They're new to the top 25. Colorado gets back into the top 25 with the win over Cincy. And Illinois drops 4 spots down to 24, and Missouri drops 4 spots down to 25. Before the podcast, me and Colin were talking about why is Missouri in here? I would probably pose the same question for Illinois. But when you look at the teams on the outside looking in,
there's
nobody else that really deserves to be here either. Vanderbilt, yes, they've played it close and they had the win over Alabama earlier in the year, but that doesn't look necessarily as good as it does now, or as it did at the time.
Maybe.
Memphis and Tulane, Memphis hasn't been great. Tulane just played a really close game with North Texas, which, shout out me, I called that as a very good game to watch, and I took the over in that game for my college football show picks. Navy dropped out because of the loss. Louisville's got too many losses. Arkansas's got too many losses. UNLV obviously has 2 losses now. As a group of 5 school, you're not going to see the top 25 with 2 losses. Louisiana Lafayette, same thing, and South Carolina got a vote for some stupid reason. Nobody else deserves to be here, unfortunately. I would love to say Vandy does, but they don't.
Yeah.
So
now if they would have beat Texas,
yeah, they would have beat Texas. That would have been a whole different story. But yeah, very odd. What do we have here, Nathan? Update in the Heisman odds.
Yeah, I can see Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel is the favorite, and I think it's really just because of his team.
Yeah,
he's putting up numbers.
Same with Cam Ward.
Cam Ward's, but Cam Ward is putting up ridiculous numbers on top of his team being very good.
Yeah,
I think Genty should.
I love his
be the favorite.
Odds.
I don't care who.
Genty.
Yeah, Genty not on the board to open. I still think Genty's the favorite in my opinion.
Why is Carson Beck so high?
That's a good question.
Saw a lot of people talking about how Genty had a bad game, so Travis Hunter should definitely be ahead of him. Travis Hunter had a game this year where he had 17 yards.
Yeah, and he didn't play that good of defense.
No. He is, I'm pretty sure, tied 15th in most pass deflections. Is tied in 50th for interceptions with 2.
And you can't even pull the argument of he's playing both ways, he doesn't play every play. He plays every snap.
Yeah.
It's not like Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, I'm sorry. You're a two-way player. You're not pitching a fucking no-hitter
yeah, exactly.
and hitting a grand slam in the same fucking game.
Exactly.
Like Shohei.
No, people argue a little too hard for Travis Hunter sometimes, and I get it. It's amazing what he's doing.
Of him saying that.
Dude, don't even get me started. You already know how it is on this side.
Yes,
we're Ginty guys. We are Ginty guys. I've been posting Ginty like once a week on the IG story.
Yeah, he's him.
Yeah, we're Ginty guys, and Travis Hunter saying that shit is dumb as fuck. Yeah. What do you say? Oh, give me 25 carries. I'm doing it too. No, you're fucking not.
I have his stats actually pulled up already. Travis Hunter, as a receiver, has 60 receptions, 757 yards, is averaging 12.6 yards a catch.
Yeah.
And his longest is 46 with 8 touchdowns. Ginty probably has the same stats in the receiving game.
Yeah, obviously not as many yards per whatever, but that's because Travis Hunter receives the ball that far down the field half the time. Also, Shedeur Sanders just bothers the shit out of me. He really does. I don't know what it is. I think it's a little bit of that. I think he's just cocky. I think that's probably the biggest thing.
We all know where he gets that from.
Yeah, and his dad did it deservingly so.
Yeah.
His dad earned the right to be cocky.
He walked the walk.
Shedeur inherited the right to be cocky for some reason, and he shouldn't have it.
Ooh.
Garrett Nussmeier plus 5,000. Fuck off. Sorry, dude.
We got a touchdown from George Kittle.
Oh, does that make? Is it 10-10 now?
That's not good for me.
What's the score?
2010 49ers.
Oh shit.
I also want to point out that Ginty is averaging 22 carries a game. That's not that insane.
Not that bad.
That is.
And he had what, 33 this week?
Yeah.
So he's up.
That is not as crazy as you would make it seem.
George Kittle's having an insane game. 4 receptions, 101 and a touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, 4 receptions, 38 yards.
I'm up 40 points in fantasy. If he makes me lose, I'm gonna cry.
What is the score right now, Colin?
Real fast.
He's projected to win.
I was projected to win by 12 before this game started.
Kittle has 23.6 and the third just started.
Problem is he has Pittsburgh's defense tomorrow. Too.
Oh, fuck.
Nathan's up 172.4 to 158.6.
You're fucked.
If Kittle catches another touchdown.
I need the Giants to go freaking crazy tomorrow.
All right, well, before we start getting trapped in whatever the fuck this conversation is, let's talk beer bets.
Hey, let's talk about
Congratulations, Colin. I gave you a victory.
You didn't give me shit.
I took fucking North Texas.
Did I ask you to do that?
No, I did it for you.
Why?
Bad.
I did it for you. I felt like I was winning too many beer bets. The college football show picks have been too good.
No mercy.
I passed my luck on to you, and guess what it got you? $1,000. Where's my 1,000? 500?
How is Liberty now only favored by 1 point over Jacksonville State?
Because they lost
Liberty might put up
to the best team in the nation.
Give me Kennesaw State over Western Kentucky.
All roads lead back to KSU, in case you were wondering.
Western Kentucky's 24-point favorites.
All roads lead back to the Owls.
Hooty hoo!
I don't even want to ask the question of where that comes from.
I'm pulling up the TikTok right now.
Oh, God.
There's been 3... Oh, shit. My bad. That's SpongeBob music.
What do you think of Charlotte, Tulane, or UConn, Georgia
Wait, Grayson,
State?
who's picking first?
You won, so I get to pick first. Or
Penn State, Ohio State? I feel like you guys got to do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely do Penn State, Ohio State.
I feel like Ohio State's going to murk them.
They might.
In a video game.
Okay, so Kennesaw State beat Liberty. Liberty beat Eastern Carolina. Eastern Carolina beat Old Dominion. Old Dominion beat Georgia State. Georgia State beat Vandy. We all know this path. We've already talked about the Georgia State path. But if you go back to the 2017 national championship in which Alabama won.
Is that when UCF won?
Maybe. But Auburn beat Alabama. LSU beat Auburn. Troy beat LSU. South Alabama beat Troy. Georgia State beat South Alabama. Tennessee State beat Georgia State. Tennessee Tech beat Tennessee State. And KSU beat Tennessee Tech that year. Okay. Stay with me now.
I'm here.
2016. This is going to take a lot. Clemson won the national championship. They lost to Pitt. Pitt lost to Miami. Miami lost to Notre Dame. Notre Dame lost to Navy. Navy lost to Air Force. Air Force lost to New Mexico State. New Mexico State lost to Central Michigan. Central Michigan lost to Kent State. Kent State lost to North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T lost to Richmond. Richmond lost to what looks like Abilene Christian, maybe. Abilene Christian lost to William and Mary. William and Mary lost to Elon. Elon lost to Gardner-Webb. Gardner-Webb lost to Kennesaw State.
The team that can only win one game in the FBS won 2 back-to-back national titles.
Yeah, 2016 and 17 and 2015. 2015, Alabama won. They lost to Ole Miss. Ole Miss lost to Memphis. Memphis lost to Navy. Navy lost to Houston. Houston lost to UConn. UConn lost to Mizzou. Mizzou lost to Vandy. Vandy lost to South Carolina. I can't see it. This guy's face is blocking it. South Carolina lost to the Citadel. Citadel lost to Chattanooga. Chattanooga lost to Mercer. Mercer lost to Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech lost to Southeast Missouri. Southeast Missouri lost to Shorter College, Division II, Shorter. And Shorter lost to Kennesaw State. All roads lead back to the Owls. 3 straight natties.
Wow.
I hate you.
Hootie who?
Hootie fucking who? Isn't that right? Your alma mater. Almost mine. Almost my alma mater. Soon.
And so you get caught for plagiarism.
Well, I don't plagiarize shit. You did.
Did.
You did.
Did.
Yeah, you
Allegedly.
did.
Allegedly. I never did.
I don't. Straight up.
Now tell me,
The
do
only
you
problem
really
with
want to
this
love
year's chain,
me
Grayson?
forever?
The only problem with this year's chain is that we've already proved that Oregon also beat.
Is it
Oregon hasn't beaten Kennesaw State.
Yeah, but Oregon
Yeah, I
beat
know.
the team, so the loop
tell
actually
me,
goes
do
back
you
to
really
Oregon,
wanna
which
I
is
know.
funny because
They're
they're
number
the
one.
number 1 team.
Yeah, I know. Okay, stop singing, man. We got beer bets to choose. Ohio State, Penn State has to be a choice. I think
so
that
how do
one's
we figure out
mandatory.
who picks first and who picks the game first? Who?
Nathan.
Oh,
Also, wait, where are we at? What's the tracking? I don't want to lose track here.
this is week 9, right?
We're going into week 10.
Okay, so
Already?
we've done 9 of them. Colin has won 2 total.
So I'm up 7.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start keeping a note because I think we're getting to a point that we might stop keeping track.
27-yard catch for Kittle.
Okay.
Cry.
Wait, no. I was up 6 last week. We didn't start this till week 2.
Oh yeah. So you're up 5 then.
I'm up 5. Yeah. Okay.
Kittle's at 6 receptions for 128 yards.
Are you looking at the box score?
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna do a game from the box score. I'm gonna pick a random game from this week and ask you as a stat closest gets to pick.
NFL game?
Yeah. get off your
Perfect.
phone.
Okay.
Perfect.
I haven't gotten to pay too
I've been
much
staring at
attention.
Gamecasts
Yeah, Colin's
all
been
day.
staring at Gamecasts all day, so
Oh yeah.
we'll see how this goes. Nathan's about to pull up punter stats. I know it for
Just might.
for
I
a
thought about it.
fact. I know that's
thought
about to
about it.
happen.
Nah, make it fun.
All right. How many total tackles did Ed Oliver have today?
5.
3.
Well, it was 4, so we're gonna pick another one.
Shit.
That was good. That was
Hell
good.
yeah.
That was good. What was James Cook's average receiving yards?
Oh, so yards per catch.
Yes, yards per catch.
6.3.
3.4.
Almost closer. 7.3.
Okay. It means I have to pick the first game, right? Because that means I'll pick 2 games, so you get the first. Okay. Yeah, Ohio State, Penn State. Just go ahead and get that one out of the way.
I don't know which one to pick here. Give me Ohio State.
Damn it. Fuck. All right. Give me Penn State. Penitentiary
type them
State.
I didn't want to pick either one of those teams.
I didn't either. I don't like them.
Here. Ooh, Auburn
Oh, we got
Bandit.
Army Air Force.
Nah, Air Force is
That's
so
gonna be a
fucking
blowout.
bad. Yeah.
Auburn Vandy's not
Buffalo
bad.
Akron 1-point spread.
I'm good. This is Colin's pick for this next one.
Georgia, Florida.
Ooh, Oklahoma versus Maine.
No.
What about what do they call the Florida-Georgia rivalry? The world's largest cocktail party? Is that what it's called?
We're Georgia's 16.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
Florida Georgia line.
No, they don't
Ooh,
call it that.
No, that's what Colin just said.
UNC,
No.
Florida State.
Don't do that to me, bro.
Oh, 2 basketball schools.
Yeah, shout out Scotty Barnes and Kevin Bacon. No, Yeah, that was his. No.
Jonathan Isaac.
Wait, what was the Dwayne Bacon? Kevin Bacon's the actor. Dwayne Bacon.
Jonathan Isaac.
Dwayne Bacon used to ball.
Keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling.
Arizona State, Oklahoma State.
I was about to say that game.
USC, Washington.
Wisconsin, Iowa.
Oh, Georgia Southern, South Alabama.
USA.
SMU.
Colorado State, Nevada.
Oh, I think SMU Pitt.
Yeah, we're going to do SMU Pitt.
Give me the Stangs.
SMU?
Yep.
They've
just got too much offense, man.
All right, Grayson, last pick.
In
the Week 9 Beer Bets draft.
Let's see.
Troy Coach.
I kind of want to do some fun shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Who's going to score a lot of points? Look for the whatever the highest over under the week
UAB
is.
Tulsa.
No,
50
go up.
and a half. Oh,
We're looking for like 65, 70 points totals.
I think 63 and a half. Jacksonville State Liberty.
Bro, that's literally on Wednesday.
I don't think that's the highest.
That was the highest.
There's got to be a Mountain West game. It's going to be higher than that. 60 and a half for Wyoming, New Mexico.
Clemson, Louisville, 61 and a half. But that's because Clemson's going to score all the points.
Oh, Southern and South Alabama, 61.
64 and a half.
64 and a half.
Baylor,
Yep.
TCU.
All right, Baylor, TCU.
Oh, gross.
It's a relatively close spread, too.
I'll take Baylor. Home.
All right, give me the Horned Frogs. They played a close game, got a victory this week, so shout out the Horned Frogs.
I just had to go with Baylor, 3-point favorites.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Best of luck to you, sir. My comeback starts now.
Yeah. This week, what are we thinking? I don't put anything on the line, but you put
$1,000. No.
Okay. Fair enough. Sunday Night Football is in its second half, but we're about to leave you here. So it's 20-10 as we are getting ready to go.
Come on, either Kittle or Pearson.
Ball on the 9-yard line for the 49ers heading in the on the Cowboys 9-yard line. That is hand off to Isaac Guerrero, spins out.
Nathan, if me and Grayson lose, you lose with us.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys for watching. I want to just a big chill, man. A very big thank you. If you've even watched one episode of this podcast, but now that I've been on 200 of them, it means a lot to be able to wrap up here and thank everybody for watching. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment. I guess comment congratulations on 200 episodes.
And if you've watched all 200 episodes, we love you.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Nathan hasn't watched every one of them.
Kind of weird for that. Oh, Debo?
Just about.
But if you've sat here and you've just listened to Grayson talk 200 times.
Yeah, that's true.
First off, I'm sorry.
Me too.
And second off,
I apologize.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to you guys for making it to 200 as well. You guys are what makes us do it. Look, okay, the day that one of these gets 0 views on both platforms, like all platforms, you'll never hear from me again. Not like that. Just not on this podcast.
Yeah, hey, yo, brother.
No, not that bad. It's not that bad. But yeah, thank you guys for being here for 200 episodes and in about a week, 6 days from the time of recording. Thank you for being here for 2 years. So yeah, big thanks to everybody. Make sure you join the Second and Short subreddit, r/2ND short. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well to stay up to date with everything we got going on the podcast platforms. Rate 5 stars. Give us a follow. Colin. Cuatros palabras, por favor.
Whoa. That's like insane.
It means 4 words, please.
Here we go.
In Spanish.
You ready for this? Pigeon. Dinero.
I'm getting bilingual.
Sewer. Stop.
Okay. Okay, so stop and dinero, both of them I think sign. I think stop sign and money sign.
Okay. Is there a pigeon sign?
I feel like there's probably pigeon signs.
Yeah, somewhere in New York.
Yeah. Sewer signs?
Probably not.
Sewer side?
Nope. Is there a theme, though?
Well, pigeon and sewer makes me think city.
Yeah.
Dinero, New York.
Money.
New York has a large Hispanic population.
It could just be in Mexico. There were pigeons. We've been.
Yeah,
to
that is.
City.
There was a lot of pigeons in Mexico City.
Not that Colin would know that.
Yeah, not a lot of dinero.
It takes a lot of dinero to buy anything because of the exchange rate.
Sewer could have to do with the water being not safe for consumption.
Yeah. Maybe something with like
stop is the tough part.
Getting
stopped at the border.
The Mayan temples and their sewer systems in Tenochtitlan.
That's true. Yeah.
Not that Colin can pronounce that word.
Not at all. But that is a good point. They talked about how there was sewage systems in those.
Colin, can you pronounce that word?
No.
Okay.
I can't really either. I'll be honest.
I don't know how I remembered that.
Yeah, you're weird, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Weird brain.
It's the planes and trains memory.
Yeah. You like playing with
trains.
You look
like that guy.
Jerry Jones.
The way you said I look like Jerry Jones.
Okay.
I look like
he looks bad,
I
dude.
look like the offensive line.
I've never seen
Rosengarten.
I've never seen Jerry Jones look that bad.
Do you see how Dallas has been playing?
I know, but damn.
He's the GM.
That's true.
So I climbed out of a sewer.
Okay.
Pigeon stole my money. And
but he spoke Spanish.
He spoke Spanish, and while I was chasing him down, I ran into a stop sign.
Sure, essay.
Nice. Touchdown, Brock Purdy on the ground. It doesn't matter if I started it. Whatever, I would have lost anyways.
Should have started Jane Daniels after that.
Whoa. Work.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, we're done. Guys, thank you for making it to the 200th episode and to the end of the 200th episode of Second and Short. We really appreciate you guys listening. We'll be back on
glow in the dark
Friday. Me and Luke will maybe have a couple of anecdotes during questions time about our favorite memories from the first 2 years of Second and Short. So we'll be talking about that. Nathan is taking a note right now to put that in the questions, I think. Oh, okay. Well, please do, because I'm going to forget. But thank you guys for 200 episodes. Looking forward to the 2-year anniversary this coming Saturday. Thank you to these two gentlemen for joining me, as per usual, on Mondays. I will catch you guys on Thursday for the college football show. I'll see you again on Friday with Luke to preview NFL Week 9. And then me and Colin will be back a week from right now.
Maybe.
Okay, I think Colin just quit the podcast. Well, I'll see you guys next Monday. I'm sure Nathan will be here too. We'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.